Dear comrades, this is Anti-Fascist here, and I have some important information for you. I was in my brother's room, and he's been gaming lately, and they've got to him. I found this under his bed. Look at this heteronormative family patriarchy bullshit that I found. It's attached to this disgusting magazine called Flip City. I looked through this, and you would not believe what is in here. Trying to sell their trash subscriptions for $50. Who's going to want to buy that for $50? You know, it's not even worth using to wipe my ass with if I did wipe my ass. This is just disgusting, heteronormative, KKK, Nazi bullshit. When we look inside, look what they're doing. They're using cartoons to propagandize to kids. These are our children to educate, not theirs. They're trying to turn them over to the side of absolute racism and homophobia. Let's just look at some of this in here. This is the only thing that's okay, but that's only because I take a bite out of that Zimzer. Look at that. That is some hot stuff. But I don't think they mean it in a complimentary way. Flip City is a trash rag, not worth for me to piss on. We can't allow trash like this to be spread around on YouTube. I mean, just look at this. These people think they're all high and mighty on their horses, thinking that we can just laugh at the state of the world. We've got a planet that's dying, and then, look, they put this guy Jay Dyer in here. This Jay Dyer is an Orthodox Christian. Who does he think he is? In this article, he's talking about how everybody has a religion. Who does this guy think he is, telling me I have religion? Screw him. Screw this Jay Dyer. Gosh. We need to shut this down and shut it down now. And we need to do something about it. So, I've got VagChan working on shutting it down right now. Also, celebrating Christmas. Can you believe that? Some magical fairy guy in the sky? What are they thinking?
Hey guys! Yeah, I know, I'm daydreaming like mad when I really should be hard at work right now. I should be writing my article for BizFed and doing an essay for my gender studies class. It's times like these I just get so stressed out that I go for a long walk and just be me. Maybe I even bump into my friends. They're great and we have heaps of intellectual convos on things like rights and stuff. We're so diverse. You know what? Life is pretty good. But things aren't good all the time. There are some people that just think wrong. Some people are just gross and evil. I'm always on my guard because Nazis and heteronormy breeders are everywhere. It just gets me mad. And when I get mad, I turn left. I am a warrior for my truth and my lived experience. I am justice for the minorities, the poor and helpless people. And I am stunning and brave. I am care.
Welcome back to a very special edition of The Lame Show. To promote public health awareness and universal love tonight, I will be baptized live on stage in this vat of Pfizer vaccine with the help of my band leader, John the Baptiste.
Yo, what's up, Steven?
Hi.
Steven, do you believe that the vaccine is the holy word of God?
Yep.
Then I now baptize you in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Dose. May the silence of the lambs wash all your skin away.
That's sin.
Get your head down there.
And blood.
How do you feel now?
Sticky? And absolved.
Hey, Stephen, I also heard that you were never circumcised.
Oh, Jesus.
Hi, it's your friend Elmo here. And Elmo just want to say, Elmo loved all his friends on Sesame Street. Did you get the jab?
Nope.
Did you get the jab?
Nah.
Stay the hell away from me! Everybody stay away! Stay away. Mask up. Mask up. 6 feet, please. 6 feet right now. Uh-oh. Elmo's sick anyway. This is all your fault.
Daniel Radcliffe of Harry Potter fame plays Weird Al Yankovic, a new satirical take on Al's life. Weird follows his ascent to fame, but in the years since, the USA has only gotten weirder.
After all my mainstream success and smash hits like Eat It and Yoda, I thought my golden years would be a joyride. But in the 2010s, the climate was changing, the political climate, not the one with all the polar bears. Americans were at each other's throats. All I ever wanted was to make people laugh. But soon everyone began demanding to know my political opinions, so as to know whether they should love me or hate me. Suddenly, songs I'd written decades ago were being scrutinized by today's hypersensitive standards.
I'm fat. I'm really, really fat.
Stop fat shaming us.
Living in an Amish paradise.
Thank you for having me on the show. I'm so excited to be here. You know, I found myself trying to please everyone. On one side were liberal urban geeks and nerds. On the other, the all-American flag wavers.
Why is Al on this fascist news network?
Why is Al on this Libby shit show?
Al, don't you love abortion?
Al, don't you trust state welfare?
Stop it! You're tearing me apart! Through it all, I kept my chin up and stayed positive.
I'm drunk and wasted, and sometimes it feels like I'm getting sucked into an endless black hole.
Radcliffe, you're supposed to be playing me, not you! Meanwhile, climate change had affected the music business too. The age of American Idol inspired a wave of lifeless music, so vapid it didn't even merit being made fun of.
Okay, show me the funny. I hope they are better than the last batch.
For the weekends, Blinding Lights, I've Got Binding Tights, and Ed Sheeran's Bad Habits are now Bad Hobbits.
Oy vey, let's face it, the music business is in the pits. There's no sense of cultural unity anymore. The great American songbook is finished. That's where the movies come in. Like this one, cheap and stupid. Streaming services are starving for content. So here's the plan.
No, I won't do it. I won't.
Next summer, Al directs himself in a new comedy.
My agent pulled the plug on producing my marginally funny topical parody songs. So I signed on the line for another 4-hour change wizard oracle with a new Potter movie coming out soon. I make the nerds swoon when they see me on the big screen, gosh. I feel like the prettiest girl in the room. I hope I don't get one steam.
Cut!
and welcome to Creative Chaos. I don't know if you're seeing me right now because what I'm seeing on my screen seems to be that there is technical difficulties. Are there, Cosmic?
There are. Let me see if I can
Okay.
find us. All right.
But
where are
I'm
we?
thinking my voice is probably going out live. Yeah, so thank you for everybody that is here tonight. I got an immediate donation over on Pilled. Thank you, Maven, so much for that can. I don't have any cute little cartoons bonking poopy pants Joe Biden to say thank you, but I really appreciate that. Welcome to Creative Chaos, and tonight we've got a very, very special show.
And I'm just going to have to bring everybody in order to get
okay.
you on. So,
all right, not a big deal because Scott
here
still isn't
comes
sitting next to me.
everyone.
And everybody's coming in. We've got a special show for you tonight, and I've got my guests here ready to say hello. What makes this show so special to me is we are celebrating 6 months of streaming continuously, and I could not do it without my awesome producer, Cosmic Grandpa, who you heard his disembodied voice. But before I introduce our panel tonight, who is going to be doing the voices, I have a very, very special quiz because I have questions about each and every one of you on this panel. So let's do the quiz, and then we'll introduce each of you.
Didn't know there was going to be a test. I didn't study.
Well, I think actually in chat you've taken this test before. So yeah, cause that is the quiz. If we can bring that up.
Let me figure out where I put it here. Wait, quiz or scale? Oh, quiz. Okay, number one.
Quiz.
There we go. All right.
All right. So I just have to preface this quiz. So you're just doing your thing like every other day when suddenly someone you never met becomes enraged at you for no reason. Later, confused, you sit in the privacy of your own home wondering if you, in fact, are the problem. And suddenly you ask yourself, could I be a fascist? Find out in 5 minutes with this easy quiz. And I am asking that you guys keep your own score. I cannot keep everybody's score. I don't care if you make up your score at the end. So let's go ahead and start a quiz tonight. And Batman, if did Batman get in here? I want to make sure he's taking this quiz as well.
I am here. I am en route to the Batcave studio, so I'm en route. So
okay,
traveling in the Bat truck.
Like I said, you can make up your score at the end. All right. So you can pick one of 3 answers on every one of these slides. The most effective form of therapy for gender-confused adolescents is 1, cognitive behavioral therapy, 2, conversion therapy, or 3, electroshock therapy. And feel free if you want to shout your answer out, you can do that as well, panel.
I was wondering that actually.
Electroshock seems to work pretty well.
Yeah,
I was never got rid of it.
I'm going to suggest put them on electrodes and zap the shit out of them.
Oh yeah. I'm going to suggest mRNA.
But then they're going to enjoy it.
It's good therapy. This is a good point.
I'll take that therapy.
Any of those are acceptable to me.
Safe and clean inner cities depend on the proper removal and disposal of 1, litter, 2, needles, 3, degenerates.
I've got a feeling number 3 was meant to be something else. I guess that makes me a fascist.
like what?
I don't know. I just thought,
You get rid of 3, you get rid of 2 and 1, right?
Right. I would think so.
Actually,
But it makes sense.
I think it makes sense that we all answer 3 on that one. But
Probably across the board 3s. But
self-scored. We're going to find out at the end. All right, next. The best strategy for winning a political debate is 1,
presenting facts and research,
2,
presenting effective counter arguments,
or 3,
presenting a baseball bat and brass knuckles.
I'm a baseball fan, so I mean that just makes sense.
It's baseball season.
Right.
I feel
exactly.
I feel like you might carry one in your trunk at all times.
And the Reds are starting to come back.
This is America. Of course you do.
All right, next.
Yeah, I happen to be a fan of brass, and I like my knuckles. So
yeah.
If you're scoring double digits already, you might be a fascist.
Maybe, but we can't find out until we have the scores at the end. All right, repeat offenders in the criminal justice system should be 1,
Deprived of driver's license.
2,
Deprived of citizenship.
or 3.
Deprived of oxygen.
I don't know. 2 sounds kind of good to me. It's just like I don't want to be a citizen at this point.
Yeah.
Need
Well, as
that
long
breathing
as
up
the,
all of my good air.
As long as this is just being performed in this order, I'll allow it.
Thank you, Dr. Clown.
I still go back to 3 solves 2 and 1 immediately. So
exactly.
All right, let's do next. All right. The most useful tool for persuading others to adopt your viewpoint is 1,
A free press.
2,
a
controlled press, or 3,
a drill press.
Well, the only one I've been trained on is a drill press. I know how to use one of those. So
I have no room.
Yeah,
obvious answer.
All right.
All right, next.
Moving on.
Next. A time-honored form of protest is 1,
Burning draft cards.
2,
Burning books.
or 3.
Burning authors.
If
I can
you
think of
know,
a few.
it's almost like if you
What
pick
author
3,
would you burn?
Oh, Kindy.
Candy, I was gonna go with Ta-Nehisi Coates. If any other suggestions?
Yeah. Anybody else want to burn authors around here?
Oh, whoever ghost wrote the WEF books.
Okay. You know, Lee, you've been doing your series reviewing books.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have an author you'd like to burn.
I don't want to say outright, but I make fun of the books. Yeah. Well, I take it a bit personally. I think I would actually.
All right, let's do the next. Small gauge firearms are most practical for 1,
Controlling garden pests.
2,
Hunting small game.
or 3.
Hunting furries.
All right. Moving on. I think these guys want to get this over with.
Yeah. Get it over with.
Public order in residential zones can be best achieved by
Banning block parties.
2,
Banning political parties.
or 3.
Banning birthday parties. Well, that seems like a rough line.
Yeah, that seems a little too far.
It's hard.
Yeah.
And yet still.
I think we created this quiz in Coof times, so a little outdated maybe. All right, next.
By the way,
Oh.
welcome aboard, Paranoid American.
Paranoid American.
Hello.
We've got Thomas in
What's
here.
up?
You know,
Hello.
and after our conversation last night, Thomas, I thought it would be appropriate for you to do this whole quiz, but you can just make up your score at the end.
Okay.
All right, here we go. All immigrants who arrived in the U.S. after the 1965 Immigration Act, 1,
Should know civics and the Constitution.
2,
Should be fluent in English.
or 3.
Should be stuffed on boats and shipped home. 4.
4. All right, next.
I don't think I went far enough on. I should have put a number 4 on a lot of these.
Governments and corporations should always work together to 1,
Protect the environment.
2,
Maintain high standards of safety in the workplace.
or 3.
Grind workers down and crush their spirits with excessive taxes.
Fuck. Oh.
Did I write this?
Mhm.
Wow.
Feels familiar.
All back.
Seems familiar.
The greatest U.S. tragedy of the 20th century is generally considered to be 1,
9/11.
2,
Pearl Harbor.
or 3.
The 19th Amendment.
3, obviously.
That's an easy one.
I know.
Right.
I packed the panel with misogynists. The most professional outfit for a job interview is 1,
Slacks and a matching blazer.
2,
suit and matching shoes.
or 3.
SS uniform and matching marching jack boots.
Which is really just a lot of ways of saying Hugo Boss, right?
Oh,
I think I've read that as matching.
You didn't include the
time.
fascist one on that one.
What? Oh, got it. All right. All graduates of progressive college programs deserve and should receive 1,
gender studies degrees,
2,
law degrees,
or 3.
1800 degrees Fahrenheit in an oven for 1 to 2 hours.
All right. I trust you're all keeping score.
I looked up the stats on what exactly it required, and it was 1800 degrees for 1 to 2 hours.
Wow.
I did my research,
Yeah, it is funny how much research you put into your stupid
Oh my God.
jokes.
You
Yeah,
gotta be real.
does that include teeth?
No, but they.
I don't remember.
Yeah. He just put those in giant barrels.
I'll look that up. Yeah.
Yeah.
We put the teeth in barrels.
All right. Juvenile delinquents in the court system should be subjected to 1,
Medicine by prescription.
2,
Mandatory conscription.
or 3.
A Flip City subscription.
And I believe
But
that does it for our quiz tonight.
Time
And
to add
I
it up.
believe the next is our scorecard. So if you scored 1 to 15, you're not nearly rigid nor controlling enough. Aim for improvement. 16 to 30 points, your score indicates an attempt to come off as moderate. When there is little time for fence sitters, get serious or get out. 31 through 45, impressive. You may have what it takes to clean up society and serve as an inspiration to the next generation. And this is how we are going to bring you guys in. I'm going to ask each of you what your score is and tell us a little bit about yourself. But we are going to start with my most wonderful sidekick, Batman. I know I have not put you through this quiz yet. So what was your score, buddy?
99.
99. You made up your own number for us, I see.
I made up my own number. Yeah, I answered pretty much 3 on almost everything. I don't mind taking a drill press to somebody's head if they're an idiot.
Yeah, you've said some pretty extreme stuff on this stream before that I'm like, oh, he's trying to get me canceled.
I just like having fun with you.
I love having fun with you too. All right, Odin, what was your score and who are you and why are you here?
That's the real question, not what my score is. Who the hell am I? Why am I? What I get here? It was middle of the road, and it's mostly I like the violence, but I didn't like all the banning of things. So I'm not a big banning of things. So
okay,
that's why I became middle of the pack. I'm wishy-washy, I guess. But anyway,
so you got a fence post straight up your ass.
No, but that's I think I would know if that's what happened.
Maybe.
Anyway, I'm Odin. I make comic books. We publish comic books under the Broken Compass Entertainment banner, and we have several books coming out. The best way to find out is to go to our website or follow us on Twitter. Broken Compass Entertainment.
That's how people will find you online, is Broken Compass Entertainment on Twitter.
Yes, or under Odin Dasco. That's another way. But
all right, perfect.
That seems like too many letters for a Twitter handle.
Yeah, I think it's Broken Compass US actually on Twitter.
Yeah, well, I'm not 100% sure on all the details.
Whatever,
it's there.
Go search for it; you'll find it.
Yeah. Yes, and you guys are fantastic publishing your own stuff over, and collaborating with other creators. I really like what you guys are doing over there. All right, let's move to Lee.
Thank you.
Lee.
Already. For a second, I thought Batman was going to stamp all over me joke there. So my score was 9. So I'm a freelance illustrator, full-time conspiracy theorist. I make YouTube videos as well under Shot Hot Design on YouTube, Scamdemic TCG on BitChute, and Shot Hot Design on Rumble as well. So that's what my main thing is right now. I'm doing videos, and I'm currently writing 2 books inspired by the COVID scamdemic. One of them is a compilation horror, and the other one's a sequel to my last book, Shams and Rams. So stick around for that.
All right. Awesome. And then Mr. Good Stuff, I brought you in today. I know you've been on our show, but you do mostly streaming, and I'm expecting that you're going to give me a critique when we're done tonight.
Yeah,
Do we
I don't
stream
know that
correctly?
I'm qualified as far as that is concerned. But yes, I am Good Stuff, and I'm getting ready to officially launch my business, a multimedia business focusing on video editing, more into focusing on indie creators and helping them save some money with trailers and anything else they may need. But I will also help out the big people who want to spend a lot of money. I'm all for that as well. But as speaking of comic books and Broken Compass, I will be working on a book, or am working on a book with Broken Compass, not a horror book, a horror book, paper mache.
Horror.
So that's going to be fun. And you can find me on Twitter, Good Stuff 2340, and YouTube, Good Stuff 2340, which is where I have the Man Cave Show Thursday, 6 p.m. EST. And it's just a lot of fun and politically incorrect. And it's not for the faint of heart. That is for sure.
Yeah, I remember that I came on into the man cave without a male escort, and I almost felt like you weren't going to have me. So
Well,
thank you.
You had to have permission and somebody vouch for you. Is
Good.
how that works.
What was your score? Good stuff.
Oh yeah, my score was 41.
41. All right. I forgot, exactly what that means.
Not bad. Work with that.
Needs improvement.
Needs improvement. Oh, I normally need improvement. So yeah.
All right. Monkey Wrench, aka Yuli XYZ.
Yuli.
Hey, yeah, I'm Yuli XYZ. What was my point? Scores just edged over into mostly somewhat slightly fascist, I guess. I wouldn't call myself that though. I'm definitely more of an anarchist. So I'm a digital nomad, I'm an illustrator, and all my stuff's on my website at uly.xyz.
That is the best way to find him. And I'm trying to get him over on Twitter, you guys. So
Yeah,
I don't know how you guys feel about Twitter, but I think that's the place where we're all kind of congregating.
That's where the FBI is marshaling us into, yes.
All right, awesome. Dr. Clown.
Hi there, I'm Dr. Clown. This is my wife, Karen. Together we operate a safety laboratory deep in the suburban wilds of Atlanta, Georgia. My score, I wasn't able to keep track because I'm such a perfect fascist. I spent the entire time contributing money to Donald Trump and buying Moderna stock.
Ooh.
Ooh, hey-o. All right, no score for Dr. Clown. Karen,
I lost track.
It is wonderful to see you. Hi, Karen.
Hello.
All right. Cool. And then we've got Paranoid American last. You were not here, but you can make up your score. How much of a fascist are you?
Well, I think it was pretty fitting. I scored 33. So being the resident Freemason, ex-military, ex-Disney animator, and I've been publishing and basically just spreading extremist content to children for the last 10 years under the guise of paranoidamerican.com, comic books and games and music and things that'll rot your brain on purpose.
That's right. And you love AI.
I do. I am definitely a poster child or whatever, the cheerleader aspect of AI, just because I realize that they want cheerleaders when they actually become sentient. They don't want the naysayers.
Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for being here for our very first Fafo stream, where we're pretty much, it's going to be all about Flip City. So there was your chance to tell everybody about yourself. I think I might give you one more at the end because I'm a fascist. So I don't know. It's going to be up to me whether I let you speak again. But we have I think, let's see, 4 more pieces tonight, and just for to keep things moving, I may assign roles, but when we have the cast member section come up at the beginning of each new piece, you're going to see the cast. If there's a role you want to grab, just shout it out and I'll likely let you have it. Otherwise, I'm just going to say, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, so that we can move on and get on to our live reads. And I want to bring up our spice meter first, so you guys know kind of how I measure how spicy Flip City content is. So, so we measure our content in Scoville units. I'm sure you all know what they are. And while while I'm going through Flip City content, cutting it apart to make it appropriate to kind of put online and make things readable, all that kind of stuff, I will rate something at medium or mild even until I come to one word. And then that shoots it all the way up to hot. I haven't reached a fire yet, though. So thank you, honey, for putting in those one naughty words. So just keep that in mind as I'm assigning roles. As we move through the live reads tonight, I will let you know, kind of give hints to what a naughty word that maybe somebody might not want to say. So if I assign you that role, you can dip out, because I don't want to, poop on you and say, oh, you must say this word. Anyway, so that's just kind of our disclaimer.
But just to be clear, we're trying to get high on the Scoville points, or we're trying to avoid getting the high Scoville points. So I can go either way.
It really has nothing now because I gave you a quiz. Everybody thinks we're going for points. That's it's basically
but my understanding
how I
is whoever
rate
eats the Reaper is the badass, right? Like that's how you assert dominance. Is you just go up and you grab that Reaper.
You gave me an idea to just make this more fun. So yes, I'm going to say who's the Reaper tonight by the end.
Okay.
So you guys, you can tear each other's eyes out now. That sounds good to me. All right. But just to let you know, our very first piece is mild on the scale. So we're starting pretty easy. So Cause, if we can bring that slideshow up. The title of this will be revealed after we pick our parts, but you might be able to figure out kind of what world this is in. So we've got the roles of Arendork, Gagagriel,
whatever, Gagriel.
Well, I like the receptionist.
Okay,
Done.
Karen's got receptionist.
I'll go for the narrator.
Oh, I wanted to be a narrator.
I'm easy, really.
Lee. I'm like, can I just
want to be a
always
troll?
narrator?
Yeah, troll.
Yeah,
Okay.
I might as
Want to be a troll?
Whoever's being troll, I'm just gonna say, okay, so Dr. Clown, you're gonna be troll 1. Who else wants to be a troll?
I do. Monkey wrench.
I'll be a troll.
You're a troll 2, and Odin's gonna be troll 3. These are surprise cameos. That's why you don't see their picture, but just know 1, 2, and 3 is going to be read left to right when that panel comes up. All right, and we need Arendork and a hobbit.
Black Hobbit. Who Black Hobbit?
Who doesn't have a role?
Wait, it's a Black
I don't
Hobbit?
have a role.
I'll be the Black Hobbit.
Must be a Netflix
All right.
production.
Okay,
Done.
that's fine. You were the Black Hobbit. Are you still going to play troll 1 too?
Nope.
It's only one panel though.
Okay,
play
fair
both.
enough. I'll do my best.
Okay. Arendork,
I guess I'll take that one.
is that good stuff out there?
Yeah, that's me.
All right. And Scott, will
All right.
you just narrate?
I thought you got a narrator.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
I'm
Who
sorry.
said narrator?
Who did
Yeah, I got
narrator?
that. I think.
Lee.
Oh, Lee did. Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Wonderful.
All right. And Lee, just so you know, there are signs and things on little objects. That is the narrator's job as well.
Maybe
You'll see
Scott.
it.
Maybe Scott should do it. Then that sounds a bit complicated.
Well, why don't you do the narrator, the clear narration blocks, and I'll just say I'll do the little drop-in thing.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Clear narrator blocks for Lee. All right. You guys all ready?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do this.
Dun, dun.
It's coming.
Rules. Arendork. Gagagriel. Hobbit. Surprise cameos.
This is you, Lee.
Amazon Prime debuts the latest in the Lord of the Rings. I was going to say you can't really hear it. Amazon Prime debuts the latest in the Lord of the Rings franchises, and all of the ratings of the new fantasy sci-fi shows they have the most. Lord of the Ratings. Rating, the poet.
You wrote Franchies.
It is the year 1500 in the second age of Middle-earth. Millennia before the events of The Lord of the Rings, an elven ship arrives on the coast of the Sutherland, where the sentry awaits.
Here, my dude, new Hobbiton. I don't know what Ben was writing.
Oh, this is me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
back.
I missed it.
That's okay. We'll go back.
Sorry about that.
It's all right.
Pause.
Should I do it again?
Something is
No.
not working for me, right? For some reason.
It is the
Sorry,
year
guys.
1500.
Dun, dun,
I
dun.
like the boat name, HMS Full of Elves.
Yeah.
Full of elves.
Full of elves.
Full of
You didn't get
elves.
that? Christy never got that.
I'm slow. Okay.
Aaron
Wow, Gabrielle, this is a long way to come for a Tinder hookup. Things that bad in Aragon?
Did you cast her? Yeah.
Did we cast
Who's Gagagriel?
Gagagriel?
Gag reel.
Oh no.
No, I don't think you. I don't think we did.
I'm the
Whoops.
reception.
Karen's the receptionist.
Oh, okay. I'll just play her then.
All right.
Har har, Aaron Dork. That's pretty funny coming from Middle Earth's only 800-year-old virgin. I'm here on business. I have an annoying little matter to deal with.
A barrow, right? Kill it.
Yeah, I just a store maid, man.
So that's what's been eating holes in all my cashmere sweaters.
Shit.
I must have been carrying him around this whole time. How in Morgoth did you get in my suitcase?
It's like this. I was foraging in the baggage carousel when I got stuck inside of your luggage, see? And like I thought it smelled some mushrooms, but it was just the smell of loneliness.
That's flawless.
That's a nice ring, pal. Who'd you steal it from?
Nah, you like it? I got it for some co-stars on Anduin.com.
What? I paid the dwarves at Kazad Dumpon 200 for the same ring. Those little shrimps will get backside of my sword for this.
That's why I'm here too. My ring is defective. When I put it on, I have mood changes and panic attacks.
Oh, geez, that's why they put a warning label on the inside.
Warning, do not wear a ring while using alcohol or operating heavy machinery. Discontinue use in the event of rash or vomiting. May cause dizziness. Consult your major healer if symptoms persist. Do not wear in conjunction with other rings of power.
Oh, is that me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Read all this tiny print. Shit. So, like, we got all the rings.
I even got a recall slip in the mail. I'm taking it to corporate headquarters to get my money back.
We'll come with you. Alone they will ignore us, but together we wield the power to demand better customer service.
Well, very well, and we shall call ourselves the Fellowship of the Rings.
That was lame, and it will be no less lame in 1,000 years.
Well, how about the Alliance of Disgruntled Customers?
Our fearless consumers travel onward to Mordor Incorporated's remote control center location.
Mood rings. Remember when those were the thing? Or
shit, tell me about how you was born in the last millennium without telling me. Lol.
Well, hey, Brett. I'm not Brett. Mount Doom, population 10,300 sheep, 40,201 hobbits, and some people.
On an isolated mountain pass, our party comes under attack.
Oh gosh, watch out, it's trolls.
This storyline is stupid and pointless.
Tolkien would never do that or say that.
Black elves, come on.
I'll use this elf stone to banish them. It puts a magical 72-hour hold on all negative reviews.
Oh, shit!
After days of travel, our travelers see the corporate headquarters ahead.
We
But
found
no-
the source of the evil. Sorry, I tried to get it in there.
Yeah, that's pretty good, actually.
Sauron and Sons Products, LLC, Novelty Jewelers. Load-bearing rope, do not pull.
But in order to register their complaints, they must first battle Sauron's receptionist.
I'm afraid Lord Sharon has a very busy schedule. You could have saved yourself a lot of time if you'd called ahead.
Hours later,
I'm running out of patience faster than our audience. Where's a dragon when you need one?
The studio only has one dragon. We have to timeshare with the new Game of Thrones show.
That's enough already. Storm the office and get this bumbleclot.
Eat elf bolt Sauron, huh?
He's just a cute baby. Oh my God, how cute. Oh.
Adorable, right? Cuteness equals big ratings. Just ask the Mandalorian. We're seeing spikes in merch sales already. Plush, rings, bobbleheads are flying off the shelves.
We have to kill baby Sauron before he grows up to destroy our democracy.
What about free will? The future is not set in stone.
This may be our only chance to end this evil scourge and secure peace for Middle-earth forever.
We've got a problem. Baby Sauron is ranking 96 on Rotten Tomatoes.
This is a war we cannot win.
So if you kill Sauron, then the Lord of the Rings never happened. See, canon is canon, right? And these things have already been written. You can't change them shits.
and so our heroes find themselves forced into chattel slave labor, making merchandise for Amazon's new Baby Sauron brand.
That is some hot brandy.
So faster. Thanks. Oh, I thought you meant my literal branding.
If you have suffered effects as a result of handling rings of power, you may be entitled to compensation. Contact the law offices of Schmeebor and Grundlefeck.
Lord of the Rings, the Ravens of the Pillar.
Yeah, they're going to be
This was a Flip City production.
Flip City production. The ratings are going to be even poorer this year. Just wait, our ratings are going to be even poorer this season. You've seen nothing yet.
I've got a funny feeling that as the night goes on and the beers flow, the accents are going to get diabolical.
More. It was a good start, though.
Dr. Clown, I love that you took it Jamaican for one panel.
One panel. Yeah, that was good.
I was maybe a little bit slow on the uptake, man, but we dial it in, right?
Right near the beach, boy.
To a rewind, selector.
I have to know too if Karen came up with the voice just by seeing the horse face.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It was perfect. That's not how I read it in my head, but I'm like, oh, that's much better. I'm going to read it like that from now on.
So was that moderately spicy or hot, Christy?
That was actually mild.
That was mild.
I mean, I didn't say that Dr. Clown needed to do the accent like that.
I know.
So he made it,
That's
I
just
think
growing up in the southeast.
He put in
We
dirty
live in
words.
Atlanta. What are you gonna do?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
But I had Jews at the end. That should
Oh. No, you're
take it off the scale.
excluded from the
okay.
spice contest. Who gets awarded at the end? And after tonight, I'll post it on Twitter. Whoever won. So maybe I won't announce it tonight, but I'll make up an award and post it on Twitter.
Yeah.
And you guys can share that. Okay.
Throwing in 4-letter words definitely
Yes, but
improves your chances.
Yeah, and who was playing Aaron Dork again? Was that you? Good stuff.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah,
That was
quite
good
gay.
stuff.
That was good stuff. Thank you.
Very good.
All right.
Christy's making notes.
Yes, I'm making notes, so I know who to award spiciest of the night. That was a great idea. That was yours, right? Paranoid.
Absolutely. All the good ideas are mine.
Yes, through the entire night. But that does not mean that you're going to win the contest. All right.
Who will be the king of the spice?
Who will be the king of the spice? Any questions, guys? You see
Or
how
queen.
this is going to work?
Or queen of the spice.
Jesus Christ.
All right, cool. Well, I think we're ready for our next read. We're just going to move along here.
Let's do it.
Okay, real quick, let me just chime in, Chrissy.
Yeah.
Okay. For anybody out there listening, if you're on YouTube, click that thumbs up. If you're on Rumble, click that thumbs up. If you're on Foxhole, please click the red pill. Please show us a little love. Let us know you guys enjoy what you're watching, and take care of your hostess.
I love
I
you.
digress.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I assigned you the role
Good,
of
man. We need
making
hype
sure
men.
that we do all those things for the algorithm.
I wish you would have said something earlier. I've already reported the stream as hate speech for the internet takedown. So
Oh shit.
You know, our resident Illuminati needs to do so. It's your
someone needs
job,
to keep
right?
you guys on their wraps.
That's right. All right. So our next piece, let's bring up the cast.
It's a new piece.
It's a new piece. This is a premiere. So this piece is actually called Star Trad. And Karen, I've already assigned you the role of Nurse Chapel, if you can take that.
Perfect.
Nice.
I'll take
All
red
right.
shirt.
And Libby Scotchy.
Red
I want
shirt.
to be Uhuru.
I'll be Keck.
All right, you got a hooroo.
Spox is going to be
Christy.
fun.
I'll go for
Gotta
Gay
do
Roman.
Spox.
No one's taking that.
Oh, he's Fox.
Gay, you're going to be gay Romulan, Lee?
Yeah, if nobody's taking that, I'll have that.
I'll
Did
do
anybody-
Groans.
Awesome. Did
There
we
we
get,
go.
we got it. Oh, nobody has ensign. So I
Ens-
can take that. That's one line.
Inside.
Nobody took ensign?
Okay. Is it ensign?
Ensign.
It's
That's how you're
ensign.
supposed
That
to
is
say
how
it?
you say
It's
it.
spelled sign.
I know.
I looked that up actually when making this. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the heck is that?
It's easy to get confused.
Okay. All right. I think
And
everybody.
Karen wanted Spox.
Yeah, that's great haircut.
What was that?
Karen took Spox.
No. Karen's Nurse Chapel. I assigned that.
Well, who took Spox?
Oh, I took Spox.
Okay, and Gay Romulan.
I got that one.
All right,
All right, cool. We are ready to go.
that's gonna be a good Romulan. I didn't put gay English Romulan.
Yeah.
That'll
I'll
be
run off
funny.
narrator this time.
Oh, narrator. Do
Oh,
I need to narrate?
go ahead.
No music. That's okay.
I don't think
It's
I
okay,
did put
guys.
music to this.
Da, 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 da. When the future looks like woke crap, the past is the final frontier as the original Star Trek crew boldly go back to when women were women and men were men. Star Trek! They didn't yell at it, Star Trek. Star Trek. Star Trek. And that would be Captain Keck.
Yes.
No. Yes. Yes.
Stardate.
1482.5. A major crisis struck the Enterprise as our hot water heater broke and flooded the officers' quarters. We have replaced the unit and installed new copper piping. And now it's 5 o'clock. Time to chow down, guys.
Beep.
Captain Kick, I brought you a sandwich with extra mayo, just the way you like it.
Ensign, why are these sandwiches so big?
Well, there must be a problem with the replicator. I can take a look at it.
Out of the way, this is a man's job. I think I see the problem. This subatomic residue buildup is causing an overload in the molecular structure emulator. Bizarre.
Damn it, Spox, you broke it. What are we going to do now?
We're going to need real food real soon. Bruins, cook us up a pot of spaghetti with spicy meatballs, garlic bread, and a side salad.
Hell no. That's woman's work.
You're right. We could be doing other things. Ultimate Federation championship fights are tonight. Zorzon Glax is going to kick ass. Oh, ladies. Yummy noodles, Nurse Chapel. You should cook for us all the time.
Stupid men. Am I right? Think they can boss us around like some slaves.
Oh, I don't know. It felt good to be so useful. And I got so many compliments on the noodles. I never knew I had it in me. I thought I might start knitting too. Look at all this great yarn I found in Cargo Bay 1.
Girlfriend, please.
Is this red shirt with a yellow shirt on? Captain, there's a
Yes.
Romulan warship that's cloaking off the starboard bow.
God damn it. I can't have one peaceful meal. Okay, everybody, run to the bridge. Out of my
Hey, y'all
way.
need to go.
Open a hailing frequency. Attention, Gaylord ship. This is a restricted part of the Alpha Quadrant. Your presence is illegal. So get the fuck out now. Thank you.
Oh, hello. We were just looking for safe passage to get these orphan children from Cardassian Prime to our summer camp on Child Talk 4.
What part of illegal don't you understand? Scotchy, time to pull the plug on these space fags. Fire phasers.
Aye, Captain.
Kaboom.
That was awesome.
Nice work, Captain. Girls, go get us some cold cuts. Or cold ones.
And
cold cuts while you're at it.
Yeah. Hey, we should find an M-class planet where we can hunt wild gorns.
That was so manly, Captain Keck. I hope you like Bajorian springberry pie and comfy sweaters.
God damn, Captain. Now the washing machine broke down.
Captain's log engaged.
Next time, it's a Star Trek baby boom. Well, I thought I put a red shirt on. What's his face? What the fuck happened there?
Well, it wasn't
I
your
swear,
fault.
I don't think you had the flannel proof.
You know,
Good,
AI
Karen.
is
High
still
five.
being trained, honey.
I know.
Hey.
AI's gotta
Excellent
get it
work,
together.
everybody.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Paranoid American, how would he get a red shirt on that guy? He doesn't know how to use AI, obviously. You're the pro.
Oh, well, I mean, obviously the easiest thing would just be Photoshop. You just throw in an adjustment layer on top of the dude and call it a day.
Photoshop.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, it's always fun
Damn
to
it.
find the mistakes after
Damn
going to
it.
print.
Photoshop.
I can spot a red shirt. I don't care what color he's wearing. Like they've got a certain je ne sais quoi, you know.
Je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
Quoi?
So I'm finding a pattern here that Dr. Clown likes to choose the pigmented characters.
We prefer Afrocentric.
Like a good challenge.
He's just been perfecting that.
Yeah, I've been working that one up for a while. This is kind of my moment in the sun.
It's good.
Not
You
that I would
know-
ever go out there.
And I just have to say, good stuff. You actually earned 3 points by not self-censoring a very naughty word. I forgot to tell everybody what the Scoville scale was and give a warning. So you got 3 extra points for that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that? And
We've
who
got
did-
clear
Was
leaders.
that GTFO?
Huh?
Was that GTFO?
Jesus Christ, it was
Yeah.
fast.
That was good to. Yeah. No need to abbreviate.
No, I think it's fag.
Yeah.
Space
Well,
fag.
yeah. Who was the one that added the echo?
Yeah, that was good.
Oh, the fag.
Yes, I'm just asking to have I'm challenging YouTube to not take my channel away.
You had to say that.
Oh, it's coming.
Okay to talk
You
about
threw
that.
down.
That's what she said.
They're very cumbersome.
You
Good
know,
work. Good
and-
piece. Good show.
yes, good show, everybody.
Star Trek.
Great voices, and we've got a couple more, but my sidekick Batman really loved a piece that we published in volume 20, which you can get at flipcitymag.com. And I said, well, why don't we do a live read? And this is a very mild read, and there's only 2 characters in this, and I didn't create a character sheet. There is Battery Man, who Batman's going to play, and you're still there, right, Batman?
I am here. I am
Okay.
here. I am here.
Okay, good, because sometimes you wander away like Joe Biden, so I just had to make sure.
I don't know where to go.
Batman pick.
And also his sidekick is called Red Rum. So if anybody wants to pick up the Red Rum parts, this is maybe a 45-second read. Real quick part 2.
Red Rum.
Well, I'm going to bow out of this one. I just want to go grab a beer. I'll be back while you guys take care of that.
Okay. It's just enough time.
No,
Just
no.
deputize somebody, Christy. Make the judgment call.
All right,
Yeah, I thought
I'm
we were being
picking. I'm
fascist
picking
here.
Paranoid American.
Let's do it.
Nice.
All right.
Let's
You're
do
playing
this.
Red Rum.
Red Rum.
The Dr. Evil, I'm sorry, the evil Dr. Brain Freeze has Grifton City in an icy grip of terror in Battery Man and Red Rum. The demented duo go green in their new triple threat all-weather battery mobile. This is Red Rum, by the way, first.
Holy dead Energizer Bunny, Battery Man.
Plan B, Red Rum. Switch to solar power.
Holy cloud cover, Battery Man.
Okay, then Plan C, Red Rum. Activate wind power.
Holy past the icer, Battery Man.
Zap,
Welcome to
Zork.
Grifton City. 0 mission vehicles only. Zaft, Zort, Zoink.
Jingle bells, battery mobile smow. And that was Battery Man, written and illustrated by Pester
By our
Pooch.
Pester Pooch.
By our derelict doggy Pester Pooch. We love him.
Thank you, Poochie. In every issue, you get your Pester Pooch.
Okay, awesome. And I see we have good stuff back.
Yes, I am here.
All right, fantastic.
So you got your
I-
beer. What are you
Yes.
pouring there? What's that?
Guinness.
Okay, that's good. That's acceptable.
Yes.
He has good taste in beer.
Oh, that's good to know.
Well, you have to pour these. They have the nitrogen cartridge in it.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, in fact, who's drinking here tonight? I thought I saw Odin with probably some whiskey earlier.
You are correct. Yes.
I heard
I'll take
the
a break
rocks.
to go get some drink in a little bit.
All right.
Very good.
Yeah, let's see. This next one here is, I think, a kind of larger cast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Jerks of Joke Island. The
Neat.
Jerks of Joke Island meet the ancient avians. Ancient avians. And here's your cast. So we got Rick Mangina, Marty Mangina, Craig Pester, Gary Dregton, Jack Bugley, Giorgio Sucralose, and William Shatner.
I'm gonna try to be Gary.
Okay.
And I did want, you want to be Gary. Okay.
Not
that sounds
necessarily,
good.
but if you've got somebody, it just occurred to me you might have a better character for that. So maybe I'll choose Giorgio.
Okay. That's
All right.
that's perfect, because I did kind of want to assign Lee the character of Gary, because
Awesome.
he's got a silly accent, but I want him to try to do an Australian accent.
I love
I'm
it.
very curious what
All
this
right,
is going to
we'll let it
sound
go to
like.
go, yeah.
I love it.
All right, so we've got Giorgio and Gary set.
Sure, why not? Actually, no,
Okay.
I want to be Jack Bugley. I don't know why.
Okay.
Actually,
I might be able to do a Marty.
Okay, that's a shorter part. There's a few lines. Rick's a bigger one.
Yeah, Rick's pretty
Rick's got
much
a
the
bigger one.
lead.
Rick
Well, you know what? I'll
Mangina.
switch from. I'll try to do Rick. How about that?
Okay, that sounds good. Oh, because I was going to say, Scott does a wonderful Giorgio. If nobody else wants to take that,
But it's taken. Or do
Awesome.
you
no,
switch?
he switched.
Okay, well, volunteers.
All right. I'll
You're gonna
do who's left? Shatner's
Why?
left, right?
You know what? Actually, why don't you take Shatner?
Shit.
And that was Yuli, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you take Shatner. You try to do your best Shatner.
Oh my god, it's gonna be awful. Like his acting.
That's perfect.
Is everybody in? How about Craig Pester?
I'll do Craig. I don't
All right.
have one yet.
Is Dr. Clown in here?
Dr. Clown's here. Now,
He's-
listen, is Rick,
he's
is it
taking
an
Rick.
impression or is it just a voice?
It's just it's a crusty voice.
Got it.
It's
Got it. Awesome.
crusty. You got it?
Yep.
All right. Cool. I'll narrate because
Wait, nobody took Giorgio. Did somebody else take Giorgio? I don't think so. Anybody want Giorgio?
I want to hear Scott's Giorgio.
all right.
It really is a great Giorgio.
Then somebody
I can't-
else has to narrate.
I'll,
Somebody got to share narration.
can
I'll go ahead
narrate.
and. Oh,
Yeah?
good.
Okay.
Do
good.
it.
This will be good.
Because I have to pay attention to see who's being the spiciest. But this is a pretty mild.
It's not particularly offensive.
Yeah,
to
feel
any-
free to spice it up, guys.
It's not offensive to any protected groups.
So we're allowed to
specifically.
ad lib.
Sure. Yes, please.
Oh,
You want to
okay.
stack on the points.
I know some
Yeah.
secret shortcuts that'll get us all the way there.
Right.
Everybody knows the nuclear option.
Is this the narration?
Yeah.
The Jerks of Joke Island meet Asian avians. For Rick and Marty, Mangina and crew, it's the first day back shooting another season of their long-running cable show on a tiny island off the coast of Canada. But will it also be their last? I like that.
Creepy.
Scared Jerks of Joke Island meet ancient avians.
So, guys, who's ready to find some treasure here today? Gold treasure, that is.
Yeah, right. As if you wish.
I'm sorry, were there any of those sentences?
Is that the
That's Craig.
Australian?
Yeah.
Is that
That's
the
Craig
Australian?
Pester. Craig
Sorry.
Pester.
Rick, after 11 years of this, all I want to find is a standing toilet. I'm tired of squatting over borehole C15.
Oh, yeah.
They say that according to the curse of Joke Island, somebody here has to die before the treasure can be discovered. I got $40 on Craig Pester. Who wants to take that action?
I think it's going to be you, Gary. Gary, who do you think it's going to be, Sizzle Tits?
I hope it's not the guy with the backhoe. No one else knows how to drive that thing. Aye, nay.
Today, we're drilling down 300 feet through solid bedrock to take core samples as our ground-penetrating radar does its business in the presence of an open chamber. And now, to reveal the bounty, dirty diapers and an old toaster. Are we being punked? We've been drilling in a garbage dump. God damn it!
The summers are nice, though.
Where's our fucking narrator?
Ancient artifacts buried in the woods.
It's annoying, mate. Look at it. Whoa, is that you? Oh,
No.
who was it?
Great.
No,
I'll
that's
just
you.
log it, date it, and file it in Gary's giant friggin' pile of old nails.
Doesn't it?
My contract promised I'd be rich by now. These guys are lucky I can't get a cell signal to call my agent.
Oh, don't be such a negative, Nigel or Nathan. We could hit a big any moment. Oh, I'm getting a very strong signal here. This one could be gold, but I kind of hope it's another nail. Start digging harder. Faster, mate. Faster.
Okay. Jeez, calm down. All I have is this spoon.
Sounds like something big. I bet it's a massive tool of some kind.
All I see is a layer of coconut fiber, probably used by the original Joke Island inhabitants to protect the treasure from water damage.
Pull it up. Let's have a look at it. Bloody hell.
Grunt, grunt.
Whoa! Ooh! Yoink.
Giorgio Suclaros, host of TV's Ancient Avians. What are you doing here?
No. I was down in a tunnel trying to prove my latest crackpot theories about the origins of ancient avians. I swear that's not.
As you know.
Well, as you know, I theorized that humanity was genetically seeded on Earth by a race of giant extraterrestrial chickens from outer space, as ancient avian astronaut theorists believe. Yeah.
What about my metal detector?
You must have detected my tacky necklace. I got it from a shaman in Cuzco. Or was it a salesman at Costco? Yeah. Our ancient overlords! They finally returned! I pledge my fealty!
That's tonight's dinner, stupid.
You're a stupid one.
Guys, I'm super excited to welcome back to Joke Island our old friend and frequent paranormal TV show host and guest, William Shatner.
So I see that this island is full of giant boreholes.
Yes, we've been drilling for 11 years.
I was talking about you guys.
It's like the show just started.
Now, listen up, schmucks. As an honorary Freemason, Rosicrucian, and Jesuit, I can guarantee you that all the good stuff has removed years ago, and this is a big waste of money and airtime.
I bet it was the CIA. They beat us to all the cool treasures. It's not fair.
Mr. Shatner is right. We've been here 11 years, and we have jack shit to show for it.
Jack shit? Isn't he one of our producers?
Points.
Spicy.
I think we all know what has to happen next. We're gonna blow this fucking island sky high. I'm gonna find that hidden treasure if it kills us all. It'll be the ultimate series finale. Season 12, episode 25, Rick murders every fucking body.
30 pounds of C4 explosives wrapped around Rick Mangina's belly? Will he blow up Joke Island and take everyone with him? Or could it go off by accident and blow Rick to smithereens live on camera?
Honestly, Rick, this is probably the worst idea of all time. Oh wait, that's not Rick. Sorry. Fucking around.
You've been stealing. You get points deducted for stealing that role.
Sorry, I didn't realize it was a different person until just now. I apologize.
Honestly, Rick, this is probably your worst idea of all time.
What could go wrong?
He's loaded with dynamite, Mr. Bugley. Take him out.
Aye, Captain.
You.
Put the explosives down now, Rick.
Or what, fatty?
Oh.
You think your punk ass can take me down? I'm too cagey for you, kid. I'm not like Bill. I do all my own stunts, see?
I'm 93 years old. Why?
Put
on! Come on!
Hands.
Oh, that was Shatner.
He's probably a
You should
mile down
probably
there right now.
save William
What are you gonna
Shatner.
What? What?
I don't know. Sorry.
What's that, Rick?
He's probably a mile down there by now. Well, what are you gonna do?
Whoa, guys, the legend was true. We just found treasure. It's Shatner's wallet. It's full of gold cards and crypto passwords.
Hey, look, I just found a giant petrified chicken egg. Hard evidence for my theory about ancient avian astronauts.
I'm pretty sure it's just a rock.
I want to see where he goes with this.
Uh-huh. That's why I get the ratings. Come join you. Oh my god, there's ancient alien astronaut evidence everywhere on this island. Well, thanks for watching.
All right, scoring goes as forth. Lee, you got 2 points for doing a pretty damn good Australian impression.
Solid.
And Paranoid American actually got 2 points for not getting pissed off that Dr. Clown kept stealing his lines.
Oh, I'm filled with rage.
I can tell.
Dr. Clown got 3 points because that was just hilarious, but then deducted 1 point for stealing all the lines. All right, so that's where we stand. Yeah, sorry, good stuff. Your part was kind of boring.
No. Can't win them all.
Kind of boring.
I'll write better next. I'll write funnier next time, honey.
Well, I wanted to do a chat check-in because I am terrible at doing that, and I know people love.
Who's talking to us?
People are actually talking to us. Battle Ravage checked in, and Oinker Space checked in
All
over
right.
on Rumble, along
Iggy.
with my new French with Quest. Aaron Moriarty says hi, Flip City, and that was a hookup from my awesome co-host.
Hello.
Hey, my awesome co-host, Batman, said we'd get along, and we definitely do. Saxon, I'm gonna scroll all the way up. Vulcan Lives said hello at the beginning of the stream. I think he's been sticking around. Media Bear, who
Vulcan
is
Live.
on the live stream, greeting our guests. My one and only mod, and every week returning chatter, George Washington X over on YouTube. Dragon Sage, what is up? I don't know if you've ever seen any of our streams. Is that any of your guys' people? Do you know? Dragon Sage, come over.
I'm familiar.
All
Do
right.
not know.
Welcome, dude.
Yeah, and
Welcome.
Release the McCracken checked in saying what is up, and Phantasmagorical, your lady, the one lady that
Fanta!
does, yes, that does
Fanta.
not need what
That's
are they called?
permission to come aboard on the man cave.
Yes.
Yeah, she helps bring the testosterone down.
And she's so sweet. She is very, very sweet.
Yes.
Like
That's
almost too sweet for you guys. I'm kind of surprised she goes on your stream because you guys get spicy.
Ah, she
Yeah, we-
loves us.
Have we credited Ben Sullivan? Ben is the genius behind the illustrations on these. Our lead parody artist, Ben Sullivan.
Well,
Give
those
him a-
are excellent, by the way.
Give him a
Yeah.
hand. Clap, clap.
Yes.
clap.
Really
in
fantastic
fact,
stuff.
And cause just so you know, he said he was going to be busy today, but he may pop in. So we may get a little cameo from Ben Sullivan himself by the time we are wrapping the stream up. So it'd be awesome. Ben, if you are out there and listening, please click that link to join so we can all, stroke you and say how wonderful you are.
Wow.
All
This
of
kind of
us.
party.
All of us. We're all going to stroke
Him
you at the
too.
same time.
Belmont Press, another person from the Man Cave, and also he has
Yeah.
been on Creative Chaos as well. What is up? And Ray Haylock said hail chat and paddle. Rambling Room, the Rambling Room checked in, and I know I have checked in with that that podcast before. Anybody know Rambling Room?
I'm not
No?
familiar.
All right. And then it looks like and Saxon Creative, who is in our Telegram channel, I know that for sure, and occasionally says hello on our posted videos. And Ashley Greats just checked in and said, cool, great stream, and then put a heart.
All
so thank
right.
you, Ashley. We appreciate that.
You.
All right, and normally I do try to keep our streams to 1 hour, but this is a very special night, and so I prepared a bonus of Star Trek Retard. Are you guys up for it?
Retard.
I'm always
Retard,
up for
yes.
more retards.
Are you trying to avoid the algorithm, Christy?
It's retard, like
Retard.
like
retard.
how,
Okay.
like the musical symbol to make things slow down.
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
think I think there's a lot of opportunity in this particular piece to get real spicy. I think on our own Scoville, we've made it hot. So if you guys can get it up to ghost pepper,
Oh, I
that'll
can get
be
it
great.
up.
All right.
Well, that's good.
All right. So this is the cast. Let's just go left to right. Call out if you want the role. So narrator.
I'll go.
All right.
All right. Captain Retard has
Retard.
spice. Captain Retard has
Yes,
a little
he-
spice in there. You better be prepared.
He says one word with a soft A. This is what brought it up to hot.
And that may this word may be the end of your social media.
Yes. So
Nice.
just be forewarned. You can sell. Now, I don't want people to censor themselves, but they can.
No,
if
I
they want.
prefer they didn't though. That's not funny.
Nobody's going to
Censorship isn't funny.
It is
God
not.
damn it.
All right, we're going to skip him for now. The butler.
Butler, a couple of early lines. Page 1.
Wait a minute. Did nobody pick Captain Retard?
No, do you want it?
Oh, yeah, I'll take Captain Retard. That's fun.
Excellent.
All right, cool. Butler is going.
Excellent.
Butler is going to be Monkey Wrench. I'm just throwing these out now.
Short part security guard.
Yeah, short part security
I
guard.
know who could do that.
Dr. Clown.
Ethnic character security guard.
Yes. Bezos is a rather large character. Anybody want a big role tonight? Another big role.
Bezos.
If
Everyone's
nobody
getting
wants it,
tired.
I'll take it. But
And
if
that-
somebody
Everyone's
wants
done
it,
with this.
There you go. Good stuff.
All right.
All right, Angry Crew 1. Is Karen still with us?
I'm afraid not. No, she's had to,
Oh.
All right.
had to bounce.
I will take her Angry Crew 2. Odin, did you take a part?
No, I can do Angry Crew
Is
too.
Yuli getting in on here?
And then Shatner. Batman, why don't you take the Shatner?
It's a Shatner heavy show.
No, it's
Okay.
This is a
Oh,
third
yeah,
show.
yeah, yeah.
That it is.
I thought you meant this one piece.
No.
And I'm sorry, Batman said yes.
Unless somebody else wants to grab it, I'll do it. It's a little cameo at the end. That's fine.
All right, good.
Yeah. We filled out. We got a retard.
Yes, he's going to be
Oh yeah.
retard.
Oh, yeah.
he's our
All right.
retard. Look at
Master
him.
accents.
The-
Star Trek. Retard. Former Federation Starship Captain Jean-Luc Retard relaxes at his French vineyard estate, boldly exploring life's final frontier, forced retirement.
I hope the lines are up there.
Don't make a noise.
Jean-Luc, there is an incoming message for you from Starfleet. You've been invited to a party to celebrate the launch of the Bezos Phallus foreskin space transport barge. They're evacuating 3 billion people off Earth to stop climate change.
Oh, good for them.
There's a hitch. The party is taking place in outer space.
Not space again. They can't do anything on Earth anymore.
Retard soon arrives at space dock, ready to party.
Your name, sir?
Jean-Luc Retard, you may know me from my legendary interstellar sexual exploits on the TV commercials line salad dressing.
He's not Biden.
You're clear to enter, sir. No, sir, I'm not Chris Rock, sir.
What?
Wait.
There's a
We
lie.
What? No, what's cracked? Did y'all talk?
You can run that again.
You seem to have me confused with another one of my characters tonight, sir.
That's a badass. It's a pleasure I have Hollywood.
I didn't. You know what? Never mind. I want to introduce you to a special guest, the most high esteemed chancellor of Schweeners 5.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Miss Her Majesty, His Excellence Mixed Merch. What the hell?
Wow.
I was trying to be inclusive.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Hey!
You just insulted the most high chancellor.
Left to right, up to down.
They're a very conservative race. Why couldn't you just call him Mr. like everybody else, Farquaad?
Well, my Kendra.
Do us a favor. Just keep tats covered.
That's going to be difficult.
Bug life. Retard retires to his quarters.
Dumb swings. We said deceptive sex glands. Woman's not supposed to stink. Now even me cleaning crew's laughing at me.
Get a stroke.
And they shan't sit in my bed to boot. Stupid passengers paying a fortnight for a ride in a giant space wiener. I hope they all die in a massive fireball. You grow my cat falling out of a tree poster. Oh shit. Computer, erase my voice logs for the last 2 hours. Well, I'm not sure when I wake up in the morning, everything will be fine.
12 hours later.
You money, no rap, you can't fool me. Let's get with a cup of Earl Grey tea. And can a nigga get a fresh question around here? Oh shit. Oh, never mind. What's going on? Why you won't be mad at me?
Way to go, retard. Your little gender blender has kicked off a galactic war.
Starfleet has launched a full-scale assault on Schwiener 5 in retaliation. Then the Schwiener Force destroyed 3 of our best starships.
You can't be happening. Someone pinch me.
You can yell.
Christy, if I lose my social media over this, I'm blaming you. Wait a minute. Bezos owns Amazon. The Amazon is home. You know what? I'm going to change it. The Amazon is home to the rainforest. Forrest Gump said, life is like a box of chocolates. Arg. Computer, where is my brain today?
Your brain,
is currently located in your bald head.
Commander Bezos demands your presence immediately, since he bought Starfleet last week.
What? Since when does the world's most prolific author order me around?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Now, since he bought Starfleet last week.
Bezos buys Amazon. Earth News.
Oh, God.
AP Bezos buys Amazon. Starfleet Federation weapons makers stand to make quadrillions.
Well, if it isn't John Loser Retard, the pariah of the Alpha Quadrant.
Bezos, it was all you along. You, as they say, the #1 asshole of all time and space. You knew my woke tendencies would make me a bungle in the meeting.
Then you liquid. Oh shit, that's you.
Oh shit, it is. And you liquidated my 3 billion people to have all the planet to yourself.
And we're just getting started. We have to clear all excess inventory from our warehouse Earth to lower our overhead and reduce our carbon footprint. And that includes vibrators and dildos and pocket pussies.
I'll tell everyone.
No, you won't, because I bought your parent company, Viacom. I own CBS, the NFL, even Hallmark Channel. And now I own you. Isn't that right, Captain Retard? Yes, sir, Mr. Bezos. Whatever you say.
Retard.
Oh. Hi, guys. I'm Lee Simpson. And I think they're handicapable. And just as, you know. Stop it. I would never say those things in that manner. Hearing that, you're disrespecting my miniature likeness. That's a lot of lines, guys. I feel bad.
This is you.
Don't open that. It's mint condition. Oh, is that me? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, partners, looks like the end of the line for you.
Star Trek Jail the Collection.
Shannon, what are you doing here? I think you come back from space on TV.
They sent a dummy home in my place, and nobody noticed.
Star Trek Retard.
Truly retarded.
Very, very good, you guys.
If I ever run for office, they're not going to look at my YouTube videos. They're going to get that.
You're done.
Well, you don't have to share it to your channel.
You're done, pal.
Yeah, I am.
You're done with politics.
You know, I'll take the black card next time. Actually, I want to give your me Zimbabwean accent. I may as well go down swinging.
I was waiting for you to do a hard R on that.
I didn't write it that way.
The tongue isn't there, so.
He's English. He doesn't have a hard R.
He doesn't have a hard R.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, and Lee, I think you would have won this round as far as spice went because I had you up at 3 points, but then you blamed me. So you're -1 on that. So you got 2 points.
Retarded.
Never blame the hostess.
Oh, Captain Retard.
What a retard.
Can I just get a little here of what Dr. Clown's retard sounds like, just to make us feel better?
Okay, let's hear it, Dr. Clown.
Well, I need to see it again. Let's go to it.
All right.
Back it up.
You can, there is a line saying, stop that. You're disrespecting my miniature likeness.
Stop that! Not it. All right, hang on. Let's find it. 12 hours later. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. He's gonna make cause.
Good
Thank you
morning.
for bringing that one up.
Don't replicate the food for me. Let's start with a good cup of Earl Grey. Hot. And can a nigga get a fresh croissant around here?
A retarded Scotchman. Wow.
If it ain't Scottish, it's crap.
Yeah, I'd like to see you say that to our faces.
Yeah, you know that's funny because
Bet you wouldn't.
Norm out there, Alien Space Surfer, I believe is his handle, is one of the 3 beer men that our producer Cause and Batman do with Norm, and we brought them this piece, and he said that we all did it much better than they did. So you can all pat yourselves on the back. And
we
they even
practiced.
rehearsed.
Yeah, we rehearsed.
Seems like a waste of time, doesn't it?
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Good times.
Star Trek retard.
Yeah, I think Odin checked out like 30 minutes ago.
That's giving me too much credit.
Yeah, and then also I do want to say that because I think I skipped him for some reason. Maybe I scrolled too fast, but Broken Compass Entertainment, James checked in saying he had crappy internet, so he couldn't be here because Odin's partner was invited to come. And then I poked him today saying, please come.
He has crappy internet conveniently sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly
Selective
what I thought.
crappy internet.
But I use that excuse too, so it's no sweat off my sack.
Right, where you're like in the storm capital of the fucking world or something lately, man.
Yeah, we get a lot of hairy weather lately.
Cool. Well, can we fit in a crappy plug here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, if you got even a fraction of a laugh out of any of those last 5 pieces, go to Flip City Mag and subscribe to get 4 issues over the course of the year. 4 issues packed with outrageous stuff like this. We have the government's boots on our neck. We're poor as shit. Why don't you come over and throw a few bucks for a subscription to the funniest satire magazine as far as I know in the world, Flip City Magazine. Can I get a what?
Yeah, come
In the world is true. Seen a lot of magazines, but none better than Flip City.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Our fucking panel was like crickets.
Chirp.
I'm like, you know what? All new panel next time.
Oh wait, I jumped on board.
Yes, you did.
I was waiting for him to finish. I didn't want to interrupt and be rude.
Yeah, we could all talk on top of each other. Then it would just be like, "Arr, arr, arr."
Yeah, because then it just kind of sounds like this.
Sharp.
Is there going to be a tinfoil hat section in this?
No, I didn't prepare
really?
a tinfoil hat section. You were supposed to wear
Chris-
it all nightly. Did you really
well, you-
make one?
I got the hats.
Got one.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Yes!
Good style.
See, that is
Wow.
the thing.
Yes.
Those are our
There we go.
Hang foil.
those are our contributors
I like
right
it.
there.
That's the way they do it in the UK.
Classy and paranoid.
What do they call that style?
Flat cap.
Huh?
What kind?
Huh?
You say that in
Tinfoil hat, flat
American?
cap.
Flat
Flat cap.
Flap
Flat
cap.
cap.
Black
He
cap.
said
Yeah.
flat cup.
I
It's like
know.
a foiligan.
Flat cap.
It's very posh.
Flat cap.
You gotta say it posh.
Oh yeah. Wait, Yuli, is that a tinfoil hat?
It's
It
a very
sure is.
tiny
It's just a piece of
tinfoil hat.
tinfoil.
Well, that's
Very
good
tiny
too.
tinfoil hat. It's like my yarmulke.
Yeah.
Oh. It's a tinfoil tiny hat.
Yarmulke, huh? Oh, pal.
I'm just
see you,
glad I got it
pal.
on the screen there, so yes.
Yeah, I don't know. Has anybody heard any good new conspiracy theories since now Lee took his off. He's not protected.
Oh,
I've got a good
Oh, I'll
one.
put it back on. I don't know.
You got a good one? All
I
right,
do.
Dr. Clown.
Did you guys happen to see that story about the Amazon tribe that got that were supposedly given internet by Elon and Starlink?
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't
Okay, so you
hear
saw that story, right? Where did you see
Yes.
it reported?
Well, it was on Twitter.
Okay, so I thought the same thing, right? And then I went and I looked at it and it's like, okay, here's that story. It's at the New York Times. Let's see where else it is. It's a New York Post. It's all over the place. It was a totally legitimate, real story, right? But did you know that that was all 100% complete and total bullshit and a made up fake story?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Didn't happen at all. And I remember
Horrible.
reading it the day that I was reading. I'm like, there's something just totally wrong with this story. And at the time, what I thought it was that I was reading something that was written by an AI bot or something. And so just kind of like the grammar, the syntax, something about it just felt off and weird, you know? Like for one thing, they said one of the things that they were doing was getting involved with strangers, this Amazon tribe, you know? And but yeah, I just saw last night that the whole thing was totally contrived and a fake story.
Is that right? Well, I mean, where did they have cell service towers in the Amazon? That
It was supposedly that it was the Elon Starlink satellite delivered
Right.
internet that they had just kind of gotten access to, I guess somehow. But yeah, all BS.
And
Well,
that's
the
the
story-
angle that the Starlink is so good that it reached the Amazon.
Absolutely.
That's why. Okay,
Yep.
because I was like, what's the angle here? They're just
Yep.
making shit up for no reason.
Oh.
Yep.
Well,
They
I
usually
think
do.
The story was they got internet access and they went right on OnlyFans, right?
Yeah,
So-
they've gotten, it was
Oh, of
porn and
course.
video
Other
games, and
fans.
nobody was tilling the fields anymore, and the whole village was going to shit now.
Everything collapsed.
Right.
They had porno.
Yeah.
All kinds of affairs happening. It was wild.
Yep.
Yeah, there was like an influencer in the town. It's like the local shaman.
Right.
Started a YouTube channel.
It's like 5 easy ways to harvest poison toads.
I do have another to contribute, and that's that Celine Dion's voice has been stolen away by the corporate overlords, similar to Ursula in The Little Mermaid. Like that exact same dynamic, I believe, is probably at play at this exact moment.
I never know when you're being serious.
Oh, it's real. Celine Dion apparently no longer has a voice, and she's actually been training her children to go around the house, and they've got like little buttons that they press because she literally doesn't make any noise anymore.
Oh,
and
thank God.
like the inversion of that power. Yeah, thank
Amazing.
God. But the inversion
Sounds great.
of that power, it is literally the plot of The Little Mermaid, where Ursula steals the voice of Ariel, because in the Little Mermaid Disney story, it is based on the Hans Christian Andersen Little Mermaid, where they're talking about a human soul. They're not talking about somebody's voice. So
Mm.
in this kind of extrapolation, Celine Dion, I think the Piper came to collect on his dues, and she basically had to give her soul up, and that's manifesting itself in not having a voice, which was the very thing that she traded
Whoa.
her soul for to begin with.
Whoa.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Only they would have given her a voice I could tolerate. That would have been even better.
Right.
Weird.
Yeah,
I'm just
and,
glad she can't sing anymore.
and
Yeah.
yeah, Paranoid
Oh, God.
American, do you do a regular stream about Disney stuff? I know I've watched a part of one of your streams where you were talking Disney. Is that a regular thing?
I
on
do.
your
I actually
channel?
just got off of that show to jump on here. It's called Occult Disney. And I've been doing it for about 2 years now. And we just wrapped up a whole bunch of them. The most recent one was Lizzie McGuire movie, where we discover that she's actually dead. She slips in the bathtub at about 2 minutes into the credits, and the rest of the movie of Lizzie McGuire is really recounting her passage through the underworld.
Nice. Ooh, I like that.
Interesting.
It was like Monkey Bone.
So does Prince Ali really say good teenagers take off their clothes?
I'm honestly not in that camp. I've seen all of them, every single one of the claims. The best one is probably The Rescuers, and Disney has hand waved that one away as being done by a distributor that was outside of their direct chain. I don't believe that. I firmly believe that that one made it into the theatrical release, but with that existed in a time before you could really prove that. So even if
Right.
someone saw it in the theater, there's no way to prove it. They've put it on the Laserdisc release, which I think is BS.
Hey, what's the Rescuer one? I'm not familiar with that one.
That's where there's I believe 2 or 3 frames where there's an actual topless woman in one of the windows as they're like flying down very rapidly, and it's you can't, like, you don't have to squint to see it, but one of the premises that you could only see it in the Laserdisc version because the Laserdisc, I guess, was encoded at like 29.97 frames per second, but the disc would like play back at like 25. Like I forgot what the exact math was, but you wouldn't see it with the naked eye during a regular replay. You would have to pause it and advance it frame by frame in order to even see it, which felt like it wasn't just like a funny little, let's snip this in here. Like somebody intentionally put it in there. Very similar to how the Roger Rabbit, they added a scene where Jessica Rabbit tumbles out of a car and opens her leg just so they could cut it, just so they could resell it as the cut scene later on.
Wow. Hey,
Nice.
Thomas, just real quick. I have Amoeba Artstorm asking where she can find the Disney Cult Show. What is your YouTube channel? Is it at Paranoid American?
Yeah, at Paranoid American. And until I say it on the wrong place that gets me on the radar, you can go to occultdisney.com and it'll just bring you right to the playlist. I'm sure that that's supposed to be trademarked, but occultdisney.com, it'll bring you right to it.
Cool.
Nice.
My wife will dig that.
Yeah, and you worked for Disney as well, so you're the enemy,
Yeah,
right?
I remember I saw that show. That was an awesome episode with you on the last time I was watching.
I appreciate it. Yeah, and I guess it's hard to tell where I am the biggest enemy because I was in the military. I worked for Viacom. I worked for Disney. I've worked for Northrop Grumman. So I mean, take your pick on which aspect of my life has really been the worst.
Roger that. I worked in the movie business. I didn't work it in the way that you did. I was just a crew member on movie sets though, back in the day.
Oh, do you have any good juicy stories about that?
I do. Yeah.
One that you can share tonight?
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I do have a really good one. I have several of them. Do you want one about? Well, I saw Anthony Hopkins freak out on the set one time and start freaking out on, and I wish that I could tell you her name. If Karen was down here, she would help me remember. But yeah, it was he freaked out on this one of the actors for telling everybody to stop when it was a 3-camera setup, and her reaction was a total ancillary thing that was being done, but she had everybody stop to redo everything. But even better than that, I have a story of when John Lovitz's all of his information was doxed to the entire crew of the show, and everybody got his a name, address, phone number, social security number, what his deal memo was, and everything.
Do you know why that happened?
Incompetence.
Okay.
It did happen many years ago, but yeah. And then, immediately they follow it with an email. It's like, oh, that was a big problem and a big mistake. And please go ahead and delete that.
Right.
But every once in a while, I'll just go and I'll search through my email and I'll just be able to just type his name in there and it just boop right up.
Nice.
Hilarious.
So, what do you run cameras? What is your job? Because
No, I
you're
did
still employed, right?
I did what was called video assist. We did we operated what they call the video village, where we played back the takes for the producer and the director.
Oh, okay. What do you think? What do you think is the most recognizable production that you worked on?
Passengers, maybe, or what would be another one? I worked on the Vacation reboot. If you guys saw that, it's a terrible movie.
I thought it was solid. I thought it was a solid reboot.
Yeah. Fast and Furious 7. I worked on that one.
Oh, 7.
Yeah.
Thank
How
you.
many are there now?
I don't know. At least 9.
9?
Really?
I think so.
9?
They won't stop.
Damn.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't know. I think I'd ask Good Stuff because I think he's probably the biggest movie watcher in here, but I'm not sure.
What? Huh?
These Mexicans love movies about cars spinning in circles.
I'm not a Fast and the Furious fan. I'm
Yeah.
not a what's his name fan. That dude that's in that whatever.
Yeah, Vin Diesel literally lived in a double-decker RV that had like a sunbathing section on the top of it with workout gear and stuff like that. It was totally preposterous.
That sounds like a sweet setup.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of, I think I invited somebody else and they didn't come that it was in the industry or is in the industry, but I can't remember who it was. Because I'm not drinking Guinness. I think I have maybe a point or two above you. Good Stuff.
Yep. I think I've got 6 of them down.
Damn.
Nice.
I think 6.
This is the typical white person thing to do. Start listing what you're drinking. This is just what we do.
I thought it was eating.
I know it's a night out. I'll be like, oh, this and that.
Hey,
There's
I
something
just
I want
want
to talk about though. Just get out there, because I've noticed. The conspiracy theory. Do you remember the COVID hoax? Do you remember that? So
What?
basically,
We're into Carolina Reaper territory.
I know the guy at the bottom of the screen looks like he remembers it. So
I remember it very well.
The mainstream media is finally talking about this.
Yeah,
how does that work?
It's really interesting.
Yeah. And basically, they've actually admitted it. They've actually admitted all the things that we were talking about as a community. They're saying things like the vaccines cause blood clots, the tests were useless, the statistics were all made up. And here's the one that got me most. They even said that AstraZeneca couldn't be sued because it had legal indemnity. And it said it all in an article. And I'm looking around and nothing's happening. And it's like...
Yeah, the silence is deafening. And,
nobody cares.
They also said that there's been 3 million excess deaths from the jab. And they also have confirmed the lab leak. I mean, all of that stuff, man, it's and when you look at it in its totality, it really does make you realize that we really are living in a total prison, dude. It doesn't matter what the truth is.
What I think they're waiting for, and this is the because I always thought that if you took away all of the control measures, everybody would wake up. You take away all the mainstream media and the agenda and all this kind of stuff. I'm starting to actually question that, because here's what I think the masses are waiting for: the news to tell them to get angry.
Yep.
Wow.
I agree with that.
You're 100% right. That they've been waiting for an authoritative lockstep message to how do I respond? And lots of people are just waiting for the safety of that being beamed into their living room.
The
But
safety,
outrage is already there.
the permission
Yep.
to get angry.
Absolutely. Yep, they don't want to be accused of being J6ers or something like that because they're noticing a pattern of death in the wake of all this stuff. And the man, I mean, I don't know about you guys. I still see people walking around wearing face diapers at the grocery store in their car and all this kind of stuff. Seemingly very concerned, or refusing to put up the psyop and accept that they were lied to. It's sad.
Yeah.
That's been interesting. I've been waiting to see that, with people in my life where it's just kind of like, I'm just waiting. I'm just like, you've got a brain in there. Like, it's going to dawn on you and you're going to have to come to terms with reality. And it's just like, yeah, the shit that we were saying, like,
I was concerned about something because it's happening in America right now, and it's also happening in England. There's a election coming up, and for you guys, I think what is it, Joe Biden and Donald Trump? For us,
it's exciting.
It's conservatives and Labour. That's the usual double axe. It's the working class and the capitalists. And then we've got the Liberal Democrats who are just like a cuckold. They just watch and go, yeah, get him. But we've got a new boy this time in England. I don't know if you guys have got one, but basically in England we've got the equivalent of Fox News. We've got something called the Reform Party, and it's like an lads, English, angry. They're going to do stuff. They're going to reform the country, but they all push the COVID hoax. But I think they're going to get in. And here's what worries me. The anger from the COVID hoax, it's about to come out. And I think what's about to happen in England is they're going to put the Reform Party in, and then they're going to trigger a manufactured race war. And all of the anger is going to go on that, and it's going to ignore the state, the guys who did it.
It makes sense.
This doesn't happen often, but this is a perfect place for me to plug my Wet Market playset, which is a custom toy that you can design your own pandemic, and it comes with a little Asian nurse and a bat and a petri dish. And I'm not even kidding. This is a real thing on paranoidamerican.com. It's called the Wet Market playset. It's not a huge seller, but I've gone all in on this thing. I've basically took out part of my 401k because I really think that people are going to want to play with Wuhan themed toys in the near future.
Paranoid, listen, I need to have you come on our show.
Done. Can we snort horse paste on live air? Would you be down for that?
Oh, listen, we're gonna take that safety to a whole nother level.
Look under your chair.
Yeah, bro, this is gonna be fun. All right, I'm gonna reach out to you from your website. This is awesome.
Yeah. Also, Paranoid American is at Paranoid America on X and answers his DMs real quick. So, and I knew this panel would be great because I knew a lot of you guys would get along. Good stuff excluded. Just kidding.
With the French toast.
I like your website, Paranoid.
I appreciate it. It's hate speech.
Yeah, that's right up my alley.
Well, it sounds like your Wet Market playset would be a good add-on to Lee's Scamdemic card game.
I need that in my homeschool curriculum.
It's kind of spicy.
Well, I have been considering doing a Randy Weaver mail away, sort of like get your own schooling at home test.
Like it.
On the Scamdemic thing. Sorry if I've just trampled over there. Sorry, but Christy mentioned me products and I have to plug it. So basically, after the 2 books come out, I'm about to complete the game because I've done 3 expansion packs. There's the core game, which is already on my website, the 3 expansion packs, and the final expansion pack is Who Done It. And that's when I'm going to put all of the people who I think might be behind it. Then maybe I'll be right. I don't know. Maybe I'll get arrested by then. Who knows? But that's coming soon.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, do you have any plans? Because you've been putting so much work and you've been working on it for what, like 3 years now?
Who, me?
Yeah. Your
What do you mean?
Scamdemic.
It's basically just a propaganda piece. I just want to get it out. like I said, right now I'm just doing everything for free and putting it out there. If anybody wants to download it, they can share it around, play it.
Is it propaganda if people with no influence are actually putting it out, or is there anti-propaganda? I mean, because I thought propaganda is all government backed.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
It's grassroots propaganda. Like, I mean, the organic propaganda is what they spend millions of dollars trying to like imitate and like force this messaging into people's brains through all their media. So like the organic real stuff, like that's got some oomph to it. But like then they've got to be like countering that with like, you know, oh well, we got to pay for this award show and have like a fake controversy, and like, you know, nobody's gonna pay attention to the fact that it's all been sponsored by like Pfizer or some shit like that. So
the good news is though, our message is really getting out there now. Like, we're common language. We're actually part of the conversation now. Well, here's the thing. I'll just tell you a quick story, if you don't mind. I talked to a guy last week, and he's not one of us. He's not one of the conspiracy theory guys. But he was telling us about all of these new illnesses that he's got. He's got all sorts of weird, like 16 syllable illnesses. He's dead happy. He couldn't wait to tell us. And I was like, all right, when did you have this? And he was like, oh, 3 years ago. I've been ill. I've been so ill since the last 3 years. And I was like, it might be that vaccine, you know. It might be that experimental vaccine. And I've never experienced the feeling of speaking blasphemy. This guy looked at me like he was like fuming when I was telling him. And I gave him the BitChute website. And I told him to look up like suddenly died, vaccine damaged, and your balls are sterilized. And I wrote it down on a bit of a list and I gave it to him. And I went in today to see him. And usually we've got like a good rapport going on. I'll go in and he'll be like, hey, Americano guy. Today he didn't look at us today, so I think I've rattled him. I think I've scared him.
Yeah.
Can you imagine though? Can you imagine waking up now? Can you imagine waking up 3 vaccines in and seeing these videos where people are pulling plastic things out of people's arteries, and you're there like 3 vaccines in, like holy shit.
You just walk around with a super powerful magnet, and when they start doubting you, you just like start pulling them towards you.
You know, dude, I've seen the magnet one, and I'm very hesitant to jump on that, because if the magnet thing works, it would be so easy to prove this whole thing was a scam. Like I say, I've seen a lot of people pushing that one, and I'm very hesitant to jump on.
I think there would be a lot more incidents from like MRI stuff. I mean, people are getting loads and loads of MRIs now because they're sicker than ever. And you're like, oh, let's shove you in this expensive diagnostic tool that's, you know, based around magnets. And like, if it had anything to do with that, people would just be exploding in MRIs.
Yep.
Like, something's wrong with the settings here.
Like the new Terminator.
Yep.
Well, you know,
I mean, a bunch of these people, some of them were really questioning of it at the beginning, and they would hear what all of us in this room would consider to be, you know, good information from reasonable people. And their takeaway is that this is a dangerous misinformation and conspiracy theory. But then those same things that they hear 4 years removed, like they changed the dictionary definition for what a vaccine qualifies as and all of this kind of stuff. I think that it does start to break through to your average kind of garden variety normie in a very small fractional way. And it does seem to be something's happening.
That's the big domino to fall as well, because I was asleep, essentially. I was asleep until COVID. I voted. I believed in Labour. I believed, you know, all that stuff. But COVID was the big domino that like knocked everything down.
Yep.
And when the normies do that, that's when the manufactured race wars come.
That's been a pretty impressive pattern I've noticed, because I guess
what's kind of crazy,
No,
you must
we're
have been feeding
we're still
back
here. We just
from-
went to the outro screen for some reason.
Yeah, you're live on YouTube still.
Yeah, I was
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're still here.
That's actually surprising.
Okay.
Right.
Nice.
I still
Wait,
got
wait,
stuff
wait,
to
wait,
drink.
wait.
Yeah, nobody said to drop anything.
Okay, yeah, no, because that was the thing. I was like, okay, because that all happened kind of at the same time. We saw something on YouTube that said that ended up abruptly. Where did that say that?
Oh no.
Anyway,
They were probably just confused with the logo screen and that. maybe
Yeah,
that-
I must have bumped something here. Sorry, guys.
That was your
Okay.
chance to end it abruptly.
Video.
Oh, that ended abruptly.
I'm like, Cause has never done this before. Is he giving me a warning?
Now
Well, it might be a, it might be a good sign though. I'm gonna actually go ahead and get out of here. Thank you for inviting me to be on with you guys tonight. This was a hell of a great time.
Yeah, nice
Dude.
meeting you,
Yeah,
man.
it was a lot of fun.
Nice to meet you,
Is that Yuli?
You were fantastic. Plug your thing before you leave, though.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll just plug my website then. How about that? It's drclown.com. That's drclown.com.
Yeah.
One dot to protect them all.
Yeah. You guys
I
go
love you
check
guys.
out Dr.
Thank you
Clown
very
and-
much,
Nice to meet you,
Christy.
dude.
Thank you much to all of you guys. And
See
that
you,
was
man.
really awesome. I hope we do it again soon. That was epic.
Power of one.
That was fun.
Yeah.
The power of one.
Good night, party people.
Bye, Dr. Clown.
The power of
Do,
two.
do, 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 do.
I waved when the camera wasn't on.
Yeah,
So
that was
bye, Dr.
dumb.
I
Clown.
do that all the time.
Do you nod at the drive-throughs too? And you want fries with that? And you're like,
I don't know. I can't remember the last time I've been through a drive-through. Does
Well, we've
everybody
got
here
the-
still eat fast food?
well, we've got drive-through dispensaries in Florida.
Oh yeah, occasionally.
Ah,
Well,
that's also nice.
Lee, when was the last
Not all
time
the
you
time.
had? I saw you shake your head no.
It
When
was,
the last
I was
time
actually
you had?
after your last stream. Yeah. 'cause,
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because
It was
McDonald's
like
was the only
4
place open.
a.m. or something.
Well, it's 4 a.m. now. So like I said, I'm probably just gonna stay.
Did you
drink?
Did you go to a burger truck?
No, McDonald's is just down the road from me.
Oh, okay.
Oh God,
Oh, good for you.
McDonald's. That's terrible.
I figure you got to eat that stuff enough to like have an immunity to it.
Right.
Like, you don't have to have it very often, but you have to sometimes ingest the shit. So what if that's the only food left? You know,
Right.
It's not really food, but
Right. Yeah.
European hamburgers used to be so awful. I couldn't speak for decades since, but they used to be so bad.
Do you want to go into the
detail?
story?
Was there a
No,
story?
no, I thought you were going. You were kind of segueing into when we interviewed Count Dankula and he talked shit on In-N-Out.
Well,
and
yeah,
said-
that's true.
And
He's
said it was like burger truck food.
yeah, but
Anyway.
I mean, as I'm talking about back in the late 70s, 80s, and European hamburgers tasted like ass.
You're old.
Yeah, I think they boiled them.
Yeah,
Oh.
some
Oh,
was
that's
very
gross.
wrong.
that's what they did in lunch for school lunch. Boil the hamburgers.
Ugh,
Uh,
that's disgusting.
nasty.
It was like prison food.
Steamed ham.
Come on, everybody
Steamed
had
hams.
one
Steamed
favorite,
hams.
one
Steamed
favorite
hams.
school lunch though, right? I remember
Ooh,
that.
School pizza.
Chocolate
ketchup.
milk.
Chop suey.
Oh,
That was
man.
disgusting.
We got
Fucking
chop
grilled
suey every
cheese
week.
and tomato soup. That was the shit.
Avocado toast.
Gosh, where'd you guys go to school?
That's see, Lee's European, so he did actually get
Yeah.
better school lunches than
I didn't get avocado toast though.
Oh,
Pizza was like sloppy Joe meat with cheese on top of a crust.
And it
you
was
know?
awesome. He put some ketchup on it, which wasn't
I'm
really
glad
ketchup.
you liked it.
It wasn't even really ketchup. It was like chunky something or other.
Oh,
no, I thought they did a pretty good turkey and mashed potatoes with the
Oh,
gravy.
That was
one of my
mine.
favorite
That was.
ones.
uh,
You know what it is? Is that it was chicken gravy. I found that out like decades too late.
Oh,
but
yeah,
that
yeah.
that weird like yellowish color.
Green.
It was never brown.
Yeah.
It was like a yellow color. It's because it's
That's
freaking
right.
chicken gravy, and that chicken gravy is the best gravy.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Well, good. I'm glad somebody agrees with me that it was.
I looked
pretty
forward to
good.
that one, and that was the one where people would like look at you weird, like you were gonna kill somebody when you got older. Like they were
That's
checking to
why
make
we
sure
get
you weren't
along.
torturing animals after school because you like the chicken gravy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then there's
Just quickly. got a
Yeah, the
question for you
pizza
guys.
amoeba, the
Uh-huh.
pizza, the
Go ahead.
pizza rectangle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lee has a
Some
question
No
French
for us,
crust,
Yeah,
for
just
us
quick.
fat Americans.
no
Just so I
crust,
guess,
just a square.
I know we're conspiracy theorists and all that kind of stuff, but just to take our heads out of conspiracy world just for a moment, do you guys have a comfort movie that shouldn't be a comfort movie? For me,
good one.
All kinds.
it's Dawn of the Dead, George A. Romero.
Right.
For some reason,
That's
I
a
can just
good
relax.
one. Oh,
Just
that's a
relax.
good one.
It's so fun.
Yeah. Apocalypto.
Ooh,
That's your comfort movie.
I'm just kidding.
To relax.
Schindler's List.
I shouldn't have asked that question, should I?
I don't know.
Feel-good
Basically,
movies.
any John Carpenter movie. It was
Cannibal
like
Holocaust.
comfort food.
oh, The Thing.
Yeah, The Thing.
Old school
Uh,
Thing is.
The
That's
Thing's
good.
probably my favorite movie of all time, though. But yeah, it's definitely comfort food.
Yeah. comfort, yeah.
Scarface.
Oh yeah, Scarface.
I love that one.
I like the first 30 minutes of The Empty Man.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
No.
yeah.
It was a horror movie. I think it came out like a couple years ago, 2020 maybe.
Hmm.
Anyways, the first it opens with like 30 minutes, 20 minutes intro or something like that. Like that part of the movie is fucking fantastic, and then it goes off into like the rest of the movie. But like, yeah, the first 20 minutes, 30 minutes of that movie is like some of my favorite stuff.
The Empty Man.
Yeah, it's like
I'll
cosmic
check it
horror.
out. I like it.
Eldritch stuff.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
I mean, I want to just throw Holy Mountain out there, specifically
that's
the iguana frog scene. Whenever that comes on, it's usually a good time.
I haven't seen that film. I don't know what it is now.
Oh, that one's amazing. I love that movie.
Holy Mountain.
Yeah,
Holy
it's like
Mountain.
psychedelia.
Yeah. Not fucking Darren Aronofsky. Jawodorsky. Jawodorsky.
Yeah,
Jodorowsky.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
going back.
Like, that's the fucking weird trip movie. The Beatles funded it, actually.
And then with a close follow up is just the scene in Milo and Otis where they throw the animals off the cliff on repeat.
Okay, if you're talking scenes, it's RoboCop where the guy falls in the vat of toxic waste and then gets hit by the car. I must have watched that scene thousands of times in my
Okay.
life. Never stop laughing.
Unironically, the moment in Meet Joe Black where Brad Pitt
Where he
gets
gets
hit by
hit,
a car out of nowhere,
That was a
it
good one,
was
too.
like so surprising that it made me laugh when I saw it, and now it's just like a whole. I know it's supposed to be very dramatic, and I feel the same way. There's this weird movie called Insomniac with Robin Williams, and it was like one of his like serious roles, and there's this freaking scene where they're driving in Alaska and he like hits on this girl and she's like offended and she laughs at him and he punches her. For some reason, that scene, it like brings joy to me. And it's not in a creepy way. Maybe it's in a creepy way. I don't know. But those are some.
It's because they come out of nowhere, right?
Yeah, it's just like the last thing that you're expecting. And for some reason, that's like, it's a trigger for me to laugh at stuff.
Yeah, I want to find that Insomniac one because that sounds funny. I did see that movie, but I don't remember.
Oh, that's
I
I
only
rewatched
remember it
Joe
because
Black
I
like
laughed out
1,000
loud
times
in the
too.
theater, and I looked around and people were giving me very weird looks for
Is that
laughing.
the one
at
with
it.
Al Pacino?
Don't remember.
No, it was Robin Williams.
It was Robin
Right,
Williams, but I don't remember who else.
Oh yeah, it
was
was
Al
Al Pacino.
Pacino was the
He was the
cop.
detective.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah. See, I only remember it for that one.
I only
scene.
watched the one scene. I don't watch the rest of the movie.
And then blue collar Canuck over on YouTube says also Pulp Fiction
Oh,
is,
yeah.
is
Yeah,
there.
Quite alarming.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Well, the
any
Sopran-
Terry Gilliam film, actually.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, The Sopranos. That's always comfort to me. I can
Sopranos
watch.
is
I
the
fall asleep to
that's
Sopranos
the
all
funniest
time.
show ever made. Sopranos.
Yeah.
It is a comedy.
It is a comedy, but it's
But
pretty
it's
dark.
not
Have you seen like the
sad.
unofficial extension of that where I think it's Pauly it's not in the Sopranos universe, but Paulie continues playing a gangster essentially as like an extension of the Sopranos, but he's in witness protection and he goes to like Europe somewhere. It's in like I think it's in like Swedish or something. And because he like saw the Olympics in the 80s and they portrayed this place that they were doing the Winter Olympics as like the best ever because he bought in the propaganda, so he decides to go there. If you like The Sopranos, it's well worth watching it and just thinking in your mind that Paulie like went into witness protection and it's an extension of it.
Do you have an idea? Do you remember the title or anything?
I'll look it up right now as we're talking.
I'd never heard of such a thing.
Yeah. If not, you know, you can IMDb the Paulie actor. Probably find it.
I feel like
I don't know his name.
So many conspiracy theorists in the same chat. We're missing out on some good old cocaine level conspiracy theory.
Oh, you want to lead us off?
I'm just curious. I don't know. Like I said, I mean, these days,
I don't know. Scott hates, and he was kind of ranting and raving. He hates the whole Tartaria mud flood thing. But I've been watching a lot of that lately.
Juicy.
Like it is juicy, but he was mad. Like he really like. I was watching. Yes, you were. You were pissed, and I think it's because I was watching my phone too loud, and you woke up and you're like, "Oh, fucking Tartaria!" Blah, blah, blah.
Wait. Were you watching the video where the guy is just monotone for like 2 hours, and he's like, "And here we have a picture of this city."
Yes, I have seen
where
one
clearly. I can understand the rage, Scott. I understand the rage.
Well, yeah, well, because sometimes the information's interesting, and then the summary is clearly there is some evidence of an older civilization operating here, and what we have been taught is not the truth. Well, go a little fucking deeper than that. Give me some goddamn information. Like, every time I tell you something, clearly this is not the way. I mean, it's like, you know, that sounds like you took half a red pill and you're like, oh, something's wrong, but you don't have any answers for it. And that pisses me off. And then I get into a rage.
Anyway, what's
you wake
everybody
me up?
See, now nobody's going to admit that they like the Tartaria stuff because you're so
No, I
enraged.
find it interesting. But the thing that I don't like about it is it dismisses the fact that like humans couldn't possibly figure this shit out, you know, before the internet. It's just that general attitude of like everybody was a knuckle dragging Neanderthal.
Yeah,
obviously everything done.
We must have
aliens.
We must have been more advanced in the past. Like,
Yes.
so, I mean, how long have we been? I'll tell you the thing that's bothering me, because like the flat earthers, they're kind of rattling me birdcage, and now I don't think space is real. I'm like,
That's an interesting one.
I think NASA's complete liars. Do you know that famous conspiracy theory that says, how did the Jews know that the hexagon was on Saturn? Because NASA apparently took a photo of Saturn, and there's a hexagon or a hexagram.
Yeah, right.
Whatever the shape is. How did they know it was there? And my answer is NASA made it up. Because space isn't real. So when you look at these balls in the sky, like I'm all the way on that one now. Like I say, I think flat Earth, it might not be flat. Here's where flat Earth fails. Describing the sky. And it used to be so easy to explain the sky. And then someone went, hey, these planets should all move in. I've lost everybody. Everybody's looking down except the Freemason. I've got you. I'm onto something.
I've been down these lists.
You don't know Thomas.
Yeah, I've had extensive conversations with the people that put the documentaries out that you're probably or at least the ones that the people that you talk to have seen and use that as proof.
Maybe, yeah.
And I haven't bought into it, which makes me a little bit of an enemy of some of those camps. I'm not anti, but like I don't know, kind of like what you guys were saying before. I don't like discounting human ingenuity and always just being like, oh, we were dumber back then, or we were smarter back then. And I just want to, on a technicality, the argument for Tartaria is that we're dumber now and that we used to be smarter, and that the current overlords have destroyed all traces of how smart we used to be to convince us now that we are superior, versus it's kind of like the fall of Atlantis, just like retold as Tartaria. It's really the exact same story overlaid.
Yeah. I mean, when you really think about it, you ever get worried at work or worried about your paycheck or worried that you're going to get late? And then you realize how magnificent and miraculous and philosophically impossible all this is. And then you go, shit, what am I worried about? It's the system. It's the system around us. It's bullshit. We shouldn't be worried. We should be free, but it's the system.
I think I'd rather be worried of the system than worried about like a bear that's coming to ransack my hut.
Oh, before we go off on something else, like here's a great movie that stars O.J. Simpson, and it's called like Capricorn 1.
Yeah.
And the premise is basically NASA has fucked up a space mission, so they need the astronauts to pretend like the mission's gone through. And so it turns into like a thriller by the end of it, because they're all being filmed, right? And you're like, oh, we finally got in touch with Capricorn, and they're like, yeah, we're doing great, guys. And so, but that came out in like I think like late 70s or something like that. And it has O.J. Simpson in it. So like, it's definitely worth checking out.
Right. And they're in the desert the whole time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, perfect chance for another quick plug, but I've been working on a comic book for 5 years now. And it's at nasacomic.com, and it's a 40-page comic about Stanley Kubrick directing the moon landings. The Beatles make an appearance there too, because a fun fact is that while he was working on 2001, aka the Apollo missions, the Beatles approached Stanley Kubrick and wanted him to direct them in a musical edition of Lord of the Rings. So part of the book is also dedicated to imagining what that might have looked like had he said yes.
Okay,
it sounds like that.
This is what I just real quick I have to say to you, Thomas, is I've given you, I think, 4 or 5 digital copies of Flip City, and so you owe me. So just start sending your stuff over to me digitally.
Okay, you got
so
it.
I can read that.
Hey guys, I think I'm gonna bow out. I'm starting to get a little sore at the old back.
Oh.
Thank you so much. Good stuff. Plug your stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
nice
good
to
stuff.
meet you, dude.
Yeah. Good to meet you. Yeah. And you. I knew Odin, so that was all good. But but yeah, it's good stuff. 2340 Twitter, YouTube. And yeah, if you need video editing, let me know. I can help you out.
Good rates.
Yeah.
Good rates for those indies.
Yes.
Good stuff.
That is true. And it is good stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, thank you for coming again.
Well, thank you for
Talk to
having me
later.
on. I had a lot of fun tonight.
Cool.
I'll see you guys.
He also has a
being here.
cookbook coming out.
Oh, I do. Yeah. The cookbook, the
Yeah?
sign up's going to be coming. Yeah. It's going to be called Eat Good Stuff. Mrs. Good Stuff and myself have been working on it.
Very
So
nice.
that's going to be fun. Yes.
All right.
Yeah. Looks
Thank you.
delicious.
Yes.
Delicious.
A whole lot of grilled and smoked foods in it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yummy.
Is this like a how to serve people reference?
Oh, yeah, that's
It's like a
in
serve
the eye of the
man.
beholder, because
Serve man.
the way I would run my restaurant is different than how I ran them when I worked for other people. I was like, I don't fucking need you. Get the fuck out. Yeah, eat a dick. But that's just
eat a
me.
bag of dicks.
Run a
Yes.
restaurant saying "eat a dick." That's not
Yeah.
a good slogan,
Eat
man.
a buffet of dicks.
Hey, before you go, this always pops into my head for terrible restaurant names, and it's a Greek restaurant called I Falafel.
Oh, that's lovely. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
But thank you guys.
All right.
And had a great time.
Nice to meet you, dude.
Chat. You
Nice.
guys
Brother.
are good. Awesome.
All right. Good
I'll
stuff.
see everybody.
Okay.
Bye.
We see you again. And
Yeah, and Yuli, I think we kind of interrupted you. Do you still have your thought?
Well, first, I need to apologize about something, because I thought you guys ripped me off. Do you know when you guys have got a character called Anti-Fascist, and recently you put a video up who has anti-fascists complaining about something like burn me magazine or burn something.
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I thought I came up with anti-fascist. Do you know that artwork that I sent you guys to put on the cover?
Yes.
So
That's
I thought
you're
I came up-
anti-fascist.
I thought I came up with anti-fascist, and then when I saw you re-release that video, I went, "Oh, they've taken my character name and put it on a new video." And then I went back and I realized that you guys had released it like a year and a half ago, and I went, "Oh
And
shit!"
it was even
I
before
stole
that.
it.
Well,
I stole it. So thank you for the character name.
Actually, no. All we have to say is neither of us are that original. Because how
No.
many more anti-fascists are there out there? Come on.
Probably. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, man.
But that's not the trend of Flip City. We are on the cutting edge and super hot and fresh.
Yeah.
FlipCityBag.com.
All the way elsewhere. Oh, so
that latest issue with the Dan Quayle jokes is top notch.
Oh, shut up! That didn't happen. he really does work for the Illuminati. He's detracting. We should start fighting live now.
All right. When you took it over to you, Lee, did you mean to take it to Yuli?
Yeah, Yuli.
There's also a Yuli here.
Yeah, Yuli XYZ.
Speaking, talking to you, Lee.
Yeah,
there's a Yuli.
Whoa. Hey,
sorry for the confusion.
So is it Ulysses or me?
Well, whoever wants, whoever has something,
I'm gonna just call him Monkey Wrench now.
whoever can entertain us.
Yeah, he had a thought like probably 30 minutes ago.
What
by
were we
now,
talking about 30 minutes ago?
I don't know. But you were like, oh,
Let's
and then a
scroll
bunch
up.
of other shit happened.
Well, I'm sure it'll come back to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm such a great host.
Yeah, you're good. You're doing fine.
Yeah.
Do a good job.
Yeah.
The beer helps.
Beer.
Yeah, and I've moved on to a vodka,
Oh, she's got the
soda.
she's got
can
the malt
thing.
beverages now.
I don't. Is that a malt beverage?
Well, if it's got vodka, I guess not. It's a vodka beverage.
What's vodka made out of?
I forgot
like
the
a lot
beer,
of
so I
things.
just had to skip to the
T-O-T-O-T-O-E.
Potato.
Oh,
I
that
spelled
really
it the
took me
Dan
a
Quayle
long
way,
time.
if anyone's old enough.
We got the quick wit.
Potato.
Top middle.
Yeah. All right, Chrissy.
Shit. I don't know. I was expecting Yuli to kind of
Have a thing.
have a thing,
Okay,
but
okay,
he's
okay,
like
okay.
drinking mushroom tea or something.
Oh no, I
I'm
got my giant bottle of mezcal here.
Not me.
Okay.
What is that?
Mezcal? Oh,
Mezcal.
it's nectar of the gods. It's the best stuff ever. It's
Got a worm.
Well, yeah, usually, but unfortunately, there's no worm in this bottle.
Oh.
But yeah, no, imagine tequila, but with like nice smoky kind of like it's fucking just it's like Mexican whiskey, basically.
Right.
It's just
right.
fantastic stuff. Really, really good. I love it.
I can't handle that.
It is kind of like
out of
tequila,
my
but it's
wheelhouse.
not.
Yeah, it's a different plant and it's smokier, I think. It's
Yeah,
peatier.
you're right.
Like,
Peatier.
Small.
Yeah.
it's good stuff. I really like it. That's been one of the favorite things going around Mexico. Has just been trying all the like local beverages. And, you know, everybody loves to ferment everything nearby, so it's been nice.
I don't know if this counts as a Mexican drink beverage. I've included as it, but I've been getting wasted, like day drunk on those yarritos, like the alcoholic. They're called like Las Cantinas, I think. And it's
Oh, they have
basically
alcoholic
Mexican Coke, like regular yarritos, but they put alcohol in it.
Great. That sounds really good.
Cantina,
something called,
Cantina Rios.
You know, I feel like I have to. If I've got an Illuminati member here, I have to ask him questions. I just can't
Yeah.
resist. Being a good old conspiracy. I know.
Don't
I
get
know
me
you guys-
killed here.
I know you guys aren't allowed to, trust us. I know you guys aren't allowed to answer questions because I know a 33rd degree Freemason. And I asked him questions because I was researching stuff. And boy, oh boy, his answers were clever and circular.
Wait, American or else?
English.
It doesn't count.
Oh,
See how we get things out of them.
there's beef.
It's
What do
not
you
beef.
mean?
They're just illegitimate. That's all it is.
Oh, get out of it. They invented the thing, man. It started in Scotland.
I don't care. I mean, anytime something America gets their hands on, they make it better and superior, and the old thing is out of the door. And I'm not even. I'm only halfway kidding because I believe the English masonry became co-ed, and in the States that's still somewhat sacrilege. My understanding is that there's a gray area here, but you know they let women into Freemasonry, so it's no longer Freemasonry. The end.
That lines up with me research because a lot of people say that it has went off into its different branches, but I'm curious because I'll tell you where I went to, and I hit a brick wall in my studies. I won't say why, but basically, I've been trying to find the factions, basically, because, you know, I'm a truther and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I was looking into the Gnostic Gospels because I was trying to figure out what is the Luciferian doctrine, and I can't find it anywhere. And I've been hearing about Madame Blavatsky.
Yep.
Oh, what the
We got a
fuck's
morals
that?
and you know what? If we're playing this game, I just happen to have something that trumps all of whatever you can bring up.
Is
This
that
is
the
an original
encyclopedia?
1887 edition of the Mysteries
Holy
of
shit.
Freemasonry by Leo Taxel. So
Ooh.
this is about the biggest dick I can flop on the table right now, and I just happen to have it in arm's reach.
In armor.
I wasn't about to.
This is
claim
just
Freemason
morals and
knowledge.
dogma. This is nothing.
Have
I
you
was just trying
seen the 1970 companion version of Morals and Dogma that has cartoon like actual comic book illustrations? They
Ooh.
go with every one of the degrees.
I wonder if this one does.
I don't think
It
he's allowed
does
to do
not.
that, is he?
Oh,
My
I had that in arm's reach at one point, but I don't think I have it on me. It is so cool. It's one of the actual DC artists that went through and made one illustration for every single chapter in Morals and Dogma.
That's kind of cool, actually.
Isaiah.
Yeah. Hey, Odin, are we going to
I'm-
get a little live drawing?
Yeah, well, I was drawing the whole time. I wasn't that I was like disinterested. I was like had my head down because I have a drawing here. I might as well be working on it because that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Kill Them Dead. What page are we on? I think page 20 now. So
Yeah, actually, tell us a little bit about Kill Them Dead, because this is the first edition, right?
yeah, Kill Them Dead is just it's not been released yet. We launched it on a crowdfunding site like in October last year, and just realized the scope of what we're doing was going to take a lot longer than we thought. So we refunded everybody and said, let's just work on a lot more of it before we launch it again. And we will launch it again. But Kill Them Dead's going to be an 80-page story with, but it's not like a comic book. I mean, the pages are kind of like comic book, but it'll be prose on one side, image on the other. And all of the imagery will be black light reactive print. And it's a story of an unwitting or unwilling lost soul in the underworld, just basically a random fucking dead person who becomes the catalyst for taking down all the gods of the underworld. And so then we incorporate all the different mythologies, Hades, Anubis, hell, from all different mythologies, and she ends up fighting them in kind of a boss fight battle that's just ongoing. But she's just like a random dead soul who's just carried by fate to fight and kill these lords of the underworld. But the other thing about it is it also has a double album of music that's like power metal, and which is actually turning out really, really fucking good. And so two albums, 2 LPs, records. Those will both be picture disc records. We had an art contest and people won. They're getting their images on there. And then 80 pages of story, 80 pages of art, so 160 page total. And it's just going to be a big thing. It's a big undertaking, but it's turning out badass, and we want to do it justice, and that's why we backed off on the crowdfunding, and we'll relaunch it again. But takes a lot of time to draw these pages, and I'm just drawing them. Then
Yeah.
Skunk Artworks is taking them and hand painting them with a color palette that will be conducive for blacklight print.
Yeah, that's right. And
Nice.
Skunk Artworks, I love over on Twitter, and that's at Skunk Artworks, right?
Yeah, I think it's an underscore between Skunk and Artworks, but yeah, if you're not following him, you could just search Skunk Artworks, Instagram or Twitter. Do yourself a favor. The guy is a phenomenal artist. One of my favorite people in the world as well. He's German. I won't hold that against him, but he is a treasure of a human being and a phenomenal artist. I would say, in my opinion, the premier artist in indie comics right now. So
Yeah, literally. And something too that I know I've talked to Thomas Paranoid America here about is I personally kind of want to vet artists for him, because we've already done tons of vetting for him, because he hires artists to do his thing. And
Gotcha.
I don't know if I'm putting you on the spot, Thomas, but basically that offer is still open. Like, I don't want you working with people that are going to drop out mid.
No, I love that. No, I've
thing.
had artists drop out just because it was like, oh, I didn't know that you know entertain those kind of theories.
Right.
Like, no, I do.
That does happen. People see your live
Ooh.
streams and all of a sudden they're like, yeah, dude, thanks
go.
anyway.
Before I forget, that movie that I was referring or that show I was referring to earlier was called Lilyhammer. So if you're interested in that, look up Lilyhammer.
Oh yeah, that's the Stephen Van Zandt. Right?
Yeah, Van Zandt. It wasn't Polly Van. And then also, this is the book I was talking about. It's called Clausen's Commentaries. And just as an example, here's
Yeah,
the
I
type
wanna
of
see some of the
artwork
pages. Yeah.
that's in it. It's like got this real, and the artist is Robert Bartlett, who I think worked on Earth 9360 and like a few others,
Sounds
which is like
familiar, the
Marvel.
name.
But yeah, it's 1974. If you like Morals and Dogma, there's no reason to not get a copy of this and have like a
The
comic book version.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
dude,
course.
it's so cool.
Neat.
Well, I got to call out that I see the sunlight coming through Lee's window. That's how long he's been up. He loves us. Look, he stayed up all night to hang out with us.
Yeah.
Right.
Are there any other questions you got that'll get me in trouble?
I didn't actually get an answer to the last one, so I'll
Oh,
repeat it
what was
again
the-
if you
what
don't
was the
mind.
question?
Does the doctrine of Lucifer exist in allegorical form anywhere?
Oh, so I would say in Albert Pike's writings, but Albert Pike is not representative of Freemasonry as a whole, or even the Scottish Rite. But that was the reason. Sorry that I brought this book up. Is this
Right.
is the source of all of the Luciferian references to Freemasonry that we've seen since the 1880s. Like they all came out of this particular book by Leo Taxel, who was that was his pen name, but he was an atheist that was anti-Catholic and anti-Freemason, and he pitted them against each other in the ultimate like online troll move. And then when they asked him to provide his source, he said, "Okay, I'll bring them with me." And he showed up to the Vatican. And when they said, "Okay, who was your source?" he presented them a freaking typewriter and pointed at it and kind of like laughed at them all. And this book,
Wow.
being the origination of a lot of those Luciferian claims, is it's still cited today in 2024.
Interesting stuff. Well, thanks for the answer. I know I'll put you on the spot there, and I know you guys can't answer it directly, but that was a great answer. That was a fantastic answer. I really appreciate it.
I do have a brother in my lodge here in Orlando, 239. I hope I don't dox myself, but he was on a TV show called Brad Meltzer's Decoded, which was like a conspiracy theory show. But
Yeah, I
they
know
interview
that.
him specifically on, do Freemasons believe in Lucifer? And he more or less like entertained them and said yes, and the Statue of Liberty is Lucifer. And the Statue of Liberty is like the morning star, and that the entire country is
What?
essentially worshiping Lucifer because
What?
that is the entry point into the United States
Yeah.
for many people and immigrants.
Well, I've heard that the Union Jack of England is actually a Freemasonic symbol, so my entire country is Freemasonic. So basically,
The thing with the Freemasons is that they love to claim everything because there's no real downside unless we're talking about like Funny Mustache Man. But outside of that, if you claim anything major in history, even if it's not true, like one of the biggest contentions with the original Freemasons in Europe was something out of the Lodge of Strict Observance, I believe. And it was that the Freemasons like to claim lineage to the Knights Templar because it makes them feel super fancy and old and like regal, but there wasn't a lot of like clear indication and documentation on that. So at some point there was a huge schism within Freemasons. This is in the late 1700s, and they all get together at the Wilhelmsbad and they discuss this, and they're basically like, "Look, guys, we gotta stop claiming the Knights Templar. It's not a good look. It make us look silly when people ask us for the receipts, so stop doing it." And the moment they did that, the Bavarian Illuminati literally was at this convent of Wilhelmsbad, and they start grabbing people when they're way back to their cars, right, in the parking lot, and they're like, "Man, that really sucks how we're not allowed to claim to be Knights Templar anymore, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, man, that was my whole thing. I got a sword, I got like a fancy outfit and a hat." And they're like, "Well, guess what? Psst, psst, like, we've got this super secret club and we still claim all the Knights Templar. So you can bring your sword and you can bring all the," and this is kind of what birthed in a very real way the Bavarian Illuminati. Like the actual Illuminati came from kind of like poaching all of these LARPing Freemasons that wanted to LARP as Knights Templar. They got them into the fold, and then the rest was kind of history.
And, imagine there's a deeply interesting history and all that kind of stuff. Like I say, that was my black hole brick wall. Couldn't find the Luciferian doctrine anywhere. So that's interesting. Thanks for the book recommendation.
The two main sources is that Albert Pike, I believe in Morals and Dogma, mentions the word Lucifer, but he
That's what I've
mentions it
heard,
as
yeah.
like the Morning Star. But if you're looking for the salacious stuff, that's Leo Taxel. You want to look up Leo Taxel, Les Mysteries of Freemasonry from, I think, 1886 was in the first published. That's where you're going to get most of the originations of the conspiracy theories between Lucifer and Freemasonry.
Well, thanks very much, man. That's interesting. Thank you. But my bladder's about to burst, guys. And like I say, the sun's coming out. I think I'm going to check out tonight. So
He's checking out. Well,
sorry,
thanks,
guys.
Lee. Oh, no, it's awesome that you're here
meet
as
you.
often as you are. We have a lot of fun with you.
So yeah,
Lee.
so check out LeeSimpsonArt.com. That's my website. And check out Shot Art Design on YouTube for more retard impressions. I don't do that. But anyway. Next time, guys. Thanks for having me.
That's great. Check out Lee in Flip City once much of the time.
Cover
Not
artist.
every issue. But
Cover artist of 20.
has Kirsty shown off our motivational poster here?
She was.
You guys, you see the bear? Do you know the bear? You ever watch the bear? It's Uncle Jimmy.
Oh yeah, the cooking show.
So we
The
got
restaurant
Dave.
show.
Yeah, so we got Dave McDowell to do this painting for us. This is, may I tell you a story of complete and utter failure?
It's our motivational poster.
Yeah, we hang that on our
that's
wall.
nice.
It's our anniversary. Yeah, well, actually, if you subscribe and you get issue 21, you'll get a pull-out poster of Uncle Jimmy, and you can hang it on your wall every time you have a stupid fucking idea, like starting a magazine at the beginning of a goddamn worldwide pandemic. You want to do a print comedy magazine like an asshole, you can stare at Uncle Jimmy and he'll tell you why you're a stupid bastard.
Who's stupider, the one who makes the magazine or the one who subscribes to it? No. I've definitely been meaning to subscribe for a while because I am kind of a retard.
Suckers.
Well, join the
suckers and
family.
losers who subscribe to Flip City. There's suckers and losers.
Yeah.
Only the
Hey,
coolest ones, though.
real quick, I just wanted to check in with Cause because often he will turn into a pumpkin by
Oh,
8 p.m. I'm totally fine
I'll go
still
to bed.
streaming, but Cause, if we should
Nope.
stop and
Not
hang
me
out
tonight.
backstage.
Take your time.
We're good?
Go as long as you like.
Woo!
it's not
Oh,
bedtime.
there you
Party!
Got the keys to the car.
Oh my
I
God.
love it. Okay, cool. Carry on. I'm sorry, I wasn't here to say bye to Lee.
Yeah, I know.
Love that
Well,
guy.
he said bye to you. Can I just rehash something? So that the show Lilyhammer does not have Polly Walnuts, nor does it have the guy who plays Polly Walnuts, nor does it have the guy who plays Silvio. No, nor does it have Silvio. It's the guy who plays Silvio. That's all. You led me to believe that there was a show with Polly Walnuts on it.
No, sorry,
got
it
very-
was
I got
Silvio,
very
not
excited.
Polly.
I got very
Silvio.
excited by that. It's a Polly spinoff?
But he's Illuminati. So
Well,
he's
it's
trying to-
not
I
a
don't know.
proper spin-off, but it's about like an ex-mafia guy that ends up going to Lilyhammer as part of his government protection program. So if you just watch it as if this were a continuation of The Sopranos, it fits in perfectly. That is definitely not what the premise of Lilyhammer is. It fits into that. And I really believe in this concept of like the death of an author, where it's the people consuming the media that get to decide what the actual story is. And once
Okay.
it leaves the hands of the director or the writer, whatever, like, you had your shot at it. Now it's time for the consumers to take over. And that's kind of how I watch Lilyhammer.
All right.
Should I watch
We
it now?
tried. We got halfway through one. I don't know. Sometimes I give up on stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
I fall asleep.
subtitles.
Yeah.
Well, there's that.
That puts Christy out. I try to get Christy to watch Fellini. I put 8.5 on. She was out in 15 minutes. And I love Fellini. I said, no, you don't understand. It's the subtlety of it. It's beautiful.
Well,
She's gone.
you know what? I fell asleep probably 5 times. This was back when you actually got the disc from Netflix.
Yeah.
I probably fell asleep about 5 times to Usual Suspects. And
Okay.
on the 6th viewing, I made it all the way through. And I was like, how did I keep falling asleep to this? This is
I
awesome.
don't know. That's pretty good. I mean, I get it with Fellini, but you got to stick in there.
I don't know.
It's high art.
I'm here to be your annoying wife. I mean, what can I say?
You won't watch my foreign films.
I heard porn film.
I was just gonna say. I thought you said porn films.
Foreign films. Have you guys ever seen
porn films?
Have you guys ever seen Satyricon?
I've heard
of it. But I like the band.
Okay. Well, I guess that's where they got their name. Yeah, that's an old Fellini movie from around 1970. That's really cool. It's like about the last days of Rome. It's very surreal, and I recommend that. I recommend it to all of you. Satyricon. It's weird as shit.
Yeah, it's basically impossible to get you to watch any kind of like mainstream entertainment at all.
Not really. I watch all this.
Okay, so what I've learned to love about, being with you for so many years is the fact that you goof on everything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, I get commentary.
Right.
The
Well, I'm
entire
respectful the first time through, and then the second time, right? Just
Then the riff tracks comes out.
Right.
That is not
Yeah.
true. That is not true. You're a liar.
You're a liar. You're
I
lying.
remember hearing somewhere that like Walter White was kind of like the same character from like Malcolm in the Middle. So like that character was the same as just kind of like after his whole thing, he ended up, going into hiding somewhere to be a goofy suburban dad or something, or
I
vice
like
versa.
that.
I like that too. Like that's headcanon for me. I'm like, no, the dad from Malcolm in the Middle is Walter White.
Well, he killed his whole family and
First?
buried them. Yes.
Buried them in the desert. Yeah.
There's something called like the
very
Pixar.
murderable, actually.
There's this theory called the Pixar universe or the Pixar Matrix or something, where it plots like every Pixar movie in chronological order and how they all work out. And the weird one is that Monsters Inc. is the furthest in the future after like a bunch of radioactive wars have decimated humanity, and humans no longer exist. And all that remains are these weird monstrosities, colorful monstrosities that have adapted and like developed their own human-like consciousness, and that the doors that they're opening to scare these kids and harvest the scream are actually time portals where they're teleporting back into the past when humans still existed in order to harness their Loosh energy and then bring it back into the future. And that technically that happens
that.
after Wall-E, and that there's a whole bunch of like really interesting theories about all this, and that I believe Ants or Bug's Life, I can't remember, I think it was Ants, that one also happens like in the distant future, like after humanity has already fallen.
Yeah, Ants is Pixar. Yeah.
Interesting.
And then the whole Cars world is weird too, right? Because that's mixed in there too.
Cars
Isn't
is
it?
also in the future, but I think that one is at year 2100, which I don't understand, but that's where it's currently at in the Pixar universe theory.
Fucking weird. So what's
Their
the
universe
weirdest
theory.
deep cut movie that y'all can suggest or recommend?
The weirdest movie?
Yeah, the deepest of the deep. The most obscure of the obscure.
I got an easy one. It's Robert Barney's Cremister Cycle, which was originally released only as like an art piece, and you'd have to buy one of like 100 at like a MoMA situation. They were like $5,000 a copy. You can find them pirated all over the place now. But yeah, Robert Barney Cremister Cycle.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
I would suggest Laszlo Films. You could look it up. They have all their content on YouTube, but LASLO Films, and some of the funniest, craziest shit I've ever seen. But it's actually a friend of mine, but pretty good stuff.
You're a good friend, Odin.
Yeah, my good friend. Well, we work together, And I started watching this shit, and I'm like, "Oh, dude, this is great." And he's like, "Keep it down, dude. We're at work." Like, I was like, "Oh yeah, you make some fucked up shit, man." Like, I didn't realize he probably didn't want that getting out. Like, he told me because he knew I'd get it. But
Yeah, well, another thing too, just because of the time that the little bit of time I spent with you guys on a launch stream, you and James at Broken Compass have plans to do kind of trying to do more like video style content. I don't know if you want to talk about that.
yeah, we could talk about that. So we're in the works on a sitcom style puppet show. Although we might be changing it to marionettes, but close enough.
Oh God, why do you have to make it harder? Nobody knows how to marionette, dude. Okay, did James talk you into that? Because I'm gonna go bitch at him.
We'll figure it out. No, he didn't talk me into it. He threw out the idea, and I'm chewing on it for the moment. But the show is called Welcome to Horror House, HORROR, Horror House. But there's a pun in there, and that's why the show. But yeah, it's a puppet show. It's got the sensibilities of like dry British humor, but it's got some like Adult Swim kind of feel to it as well. Pretty vulgar at times, but yeah, so we're working on that while we're also trying to make lots of comics at the same time. So that one's a long-term plan, but definitely want to get into that. But James has background in some film, and as well as some of his friends up there in Canada. They're Canadian films for what that's worth, but yeah. So Welcome to Horror House, that'll be coming out soon, or I say soon, sometime before I die, I hope.
Well, all I gotta say is I enjoyed reading this script with you guys. It was very fun.
Oh yeah, we did a script reading, kind of like we were doing with Flip City stuff, and yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the script for our pilot episode. It was a lot of fun to write. I was in tears writing it, so at least I think I'm funny. Or together, James and I are funny.
You know what is funny about that, because I think that happens a lot with Flip City writing, and sometimes I even tune you out when you're telling me things that are in the magazine, and then I laugh when they're published.
Yeah,
right.
Is we he puts a lot of stock in himself for what makes him laugh, and we're in our 5th year, so apparently
well
people find it funny.
You guys make funny shit, that's for sure. But yeah, if you're not laughing yourself while you're writing it, you're probably not gonna elicit a laugh from your audience.
Yeah.
Now, have you found, because I know with the thing that you're drawing right now and your own book, which is, I can't remember,
Unconditional Shove.
Yeah, and that's more horror, right?
Yeah, that's a horror anthology, kind of like Tales from the Crypt and things like that, just short stories and stuff. Yeah.
And now, as far as writing for yourself, do you find comedy the hardest, easier, or
well, for myself, I find it a little hard. Like if I have somebody to ping pong off of, I can roll really well with somebody who's also like James is a perfect person for that, because he's an idea man. He just pops something out and I go, okay, that's a starting point. But sometimes I get stuck on the starting point. So yeah, I find like high concepts, like crazy weirdness, that's easy to write. Because there's no rules. You're basically making up the rules. With comedy, you're confined to what actually is funny, and oftentimes people think they're funny and they're certainly not. And
we've seen plenty of that.
Yeah,
we get lots of submissions.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can imagine. Well, and some people are funny, but they may not write funny. You know what I mean? And that's my thing. I don't particularly write comedy myself, but when James and I work on it together, it definitely works. But again, I kind of need somebody to like start feeding me starting points, and then I can, oh yeah, and then this, and then roll from there. But yeah, I don't know. You guys do a great job with the comedy writing. And what's your process? Is it similar? Just ping ponging ideas, or?
No, because we don't ping pong them too much. I just kind of do them myself.
Well,
Christy doesn't. Look, Christy's very funny, and she works in she does her thing, and she does a show and a promotion, but I handle that stuff myself, and I sit and watch these parodies. I'll watch the show for a while, and then I don't know, it just starts to relate to something. And I do not write from beginning to end at all. And I don't suggest that for anybody who's writing. Like if you're trying to you sit down at a blank screen and I'm going to start at the beginning, don't start at the beginning. Start at what you're interested in. Start at something that makes you laugh and build off of that. And don't try to connect things with lame transitions. Only write what you find interesting at the moment, and write it in 5 different ways, and don't delete what you wrote the first time. Just write everything, and then you have a lifetime to organize it later.
Yeah.
And somehow there is some kismet to this process where a mathematical structure emerges for how to put this comedy bit together. It just kind of functions like clockwork.
I think that's great advice. Like that
Yeah.
that opening advice, like don't start at the start. Basically, like just have something cool and just form off that like a snowball.
Because
yeah.
what I would tell people is, if you're finding something that difficult to write, maybe you're not that interested in it. Go write the thing that you are interested in, because that's what gets your passion and gets you laughing or whatever at the moment. And if you don't write the other thing, then fuck it. Just yeah.
Well, and I won a
10
short
alien
story
surfer.
contest, but just because, and it all started with the opening line. I was like, I have this opening line. I have no idea where it's going to go from here, but I started with that, and the story ended up snowballing from there into. I could have never foreseen it. It starts writing itself, but that all happened from like, I have this cool start. It's something, and like you said, like just start throwing shit at the wall, basically, see what sticks.
Yeah.
And don't erase any, or don't delete all your ideas. Keep them there. They come back later. You're like, oh yeah, when I said that earlier, when I wrote that down earlier, that's going to come into play now, even though I didn't know if it would ever. So.
Well, and that's the thing too, because I was thinking about the concepts, because I haven't read anything that Thomas has put out, but it sounds like you're writing a lot of comedy too. Are you doing it like all by yourself?
You guys make this sound way harder than it has to be. I just wait for whatever the Freemason brethren pass down to me, and I just produce it. It's way easier than whatever the hell you guys are describing here.
Well, not all of us have that
according to our
direct
schedule,
source.
It's a new flu thing, so make sure to make fun of chickens.
Oh, I didn't even think about the fact that there's the whole avian flu going on right now. Did you think of that when you wrote Ancient Avians?
I did not think about the flu. No.
Yeah. Well,
like
perfect
I said,
timing.
Kismet.
It's the kismet.
Yeah.
Kismet.
Toxic.
Kismet, baby.
Well, it's like that mosquito story, and you just change it to like a Zika mosquito or whatever, and then it's like topical, well, when that was a thing, I guess. But it could be any mosquito parable throughout time. It's basically the story is like I think it was Zika that was the mosquito thing, right?
Yeah.
That was one of them.
Yeah, it was like a Zika mosquito kid is flying through the sky, and he's telling his dad like, "Hey man, I must be like a big hit with all the humans. They just keep clapping for me." He's like, "You dumbass! They're trying to kill you." But you just change it to Zika mosquito, and then all of a sudden it becomes topical.
Yeah, right. Well, let's see. The issue that's coming out next after this last one with Joke Island, the Big Show Now's House of the Dragon. And ours is House of the Elon with Elon Musk, and he's got a little kingdom there. Because his conflict is he's at least the late was that Brazil had basically declared war on him and was going to arrest everybody at Twitter headquarters in Brazil and ban him and that kind of shit. So
Like
I,
a
yeah,
plot
it's-
from a cyberpunk novel that like Bruce Sterling would write or something.
Right.
It's just fucking
Mm,
what the like we got to go into this country and rescue our employees from the local government. It's
And
like
that's what
fucking
happens.
cyberpunk dystopia right there.
And I got into this. I started working on it, and then just by fate, because House of the Dragon, and like, oh, what is SpaceX's passenger vehicle into orbit? The Dragon. It's the SpaceX Dragon. Well, okay, perfect. I don't know why things line up perfectly like that somehow.
Yeah.
So he's got
Starting
he's
point.
got to take the SpaceX Dragon to Brazil to rescue his employees from Brazil headquarters with Lula and this Supreme Judge Alexandro de Moraes, who is a flaming queen, and he's got the biggest Himalaya for the current thing.
He made that for the last time we were hanging out.
Yeah, this is your joke, not mine. But
Yeah.
well, we have a current thing joke in Welcome to Horror House. It was basically all the current thing signs that the guy is going to place on his yard. But
Oh, that'll be exciting.
yeah, but yeah,
There's
the-
plenty of douchebags in that story.
Oh yeah, well, there's no good comedy without a douchebag or two.
No, gotta have a foil. Yeah. So. And we have the biggest, gayest dragon ever in House of the Elon. So you want to check that out. Because De Moraes rides a giant gay dragon. And well, that's all I can tell you.
Okay, yeah, don't
Big gay
spoil.
dragon. Okay.
Gay dragon, you had my interest.
Dragon,
I got my
yes.
attention.
Well, that was the thing too. Scott gave Ben, the parody illustrator, the direction, like, okay, even though the script says this, the dragon does not have to be gay, and he gave us the gayest,
Baggiest
freaking
dragon you ever saw.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
giant.
it's horrible. It's
Yeah.
a horrible.
It sounds like male gay, not like lesbian gay.
Right, not the good kind.
You're the good kind of gay. Yeah, so that's where that's at. What are we doing?
I don't know.
Huh? Oh, I just said
Oh, you were
that's
asking what we're
that's
doing?
where it's at.
Oh,
I said Elon. Oh, and Javier Milei shows up and he says Elon, my friend, we all know that leftists are shit people. Together with my sword, Cunt Slayer, we will send them all back to hell. And he's got a big sword. I put the word cunt in the magazine. Cunt Slayer.
I think that might have been the first time that word
Yes,
was used.
that's the first time.
Oh man, I was hoping that would have showed up on the reading. That would have been good.
Hey, next time.
Next time we'll cycle that in. It's too new, too fresh.
Well, it's not even in print yet. So
No, but it's
Well, you know, in Horror House, there was one line that I loved. It was my joke, and James was actually worried about it, which scared me. I'm like, really? But it's where Mystic Mark, who's a fake Jamaican, he's basically like Cleo, the mystic psychic with a fake Jamaican accent.
Miss
They
Cleo,
busts
yeah.
into this party, and he yells, "Happy Hanukkah! Happy Hanukkah! You Muslims and your crazy traditions." I thought it was a good joke, and James was like, "I'm kind of worried about that one. Like, of all the shit we write, I was like, you're worried about that?" He's like, "Yeah."
That
We'll
was
get some
a kick
backlash
in that nest.
Don't worry about
You know what's funny is Thomas is friends with a real Mystic Mark, I believe.
Yeah, he's actually the booker for Sam Tripoli.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
The real genuine Mystic Mark.
He recently has been trying to make that his thing because he started out as Mark Steves, aka My Family Thinks I'm Crazy. That was like
Oh, that's right.
his long name, but then he's been trying to like refine it into a like a superhero-esque kind of name. Then he landed on Mystic Mark. So yeah, it's kind of funny.
Oh,
you
that's
know what?
funny. That was our name for our guy, Mystic Mark.
Yeah. Well, and that was the thing too. I when you had mentioned Mystic Mark, I was like, oh, I know that guy.
You know Mystic Mark.
He's a big fan.
Oh man, does he do voices? Like Jamaican voices?
maybe.
Fake Jamaican voices?
Maybe he could. I don't know.
He
You
gets
know, you know
persuaded.
him better, Thomas.
Chris Fisk does a great Mystic Mark. You were there for the reading. Like,
Yes.
I really want Chris to do that.
Yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, Dr. Clown broke in with that Jamaican accent.
Oh yeah,
tonight,
that was
too.
great. It was
I don't know if
glorious,
you
like
can-
you said, for one panel. It was
Yes. It was
made it all better.
it's almost like he read like 5 more panels and then realized the very first line kind of established a character because it said Mon.
Right.
And then he realized it way later.
Right.
And he's like, oh shit.
Well, then after he read that one, he went right back to the stereotypical black guy voice.
Dude, I freaking I love Dr. Clown though. I was
Yeah, it
kind of
was great.
surprised he
He did
got
great.
that spicy.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
I like
which
the
by
effort.
the way, and I probably many of you have heard this song, but he had a video that went viral and got on InfoWars right pretty much near the beginning of the pandemic.
Oh wow.
Yeah, a music video, and I can't even remember what it's called right now, which one made him kind of famous. Internet famous. Oh, I wear my mask in the car.
It's sunglasses at night. He went, went back
Sunglasses
40
at night.
years.
Huh?
He went back 40 years.
Yeah, but a lot,
I know. Nobody
a lot
knows
of people
modern
know that.
songs.
Huh?
Nobody knows modern songs. So
Not nobody. I mean, look
gotta
at this panel. I'm sure all of you know sunglasses.
I just
at night.
say is that a modern song? That's
No,
40
it's
years
not a
old.
modern song. My kids know
Same.
that song because
Nobody- yeah.
kids know classic rock. It's crazy.
So
Or
it's-
like what's classic rock, which is oldies.
But just try to do a song parody for something for the last 20 years. I mean, there's not these songs don't. There's no national cohesion.
No
love
longevity to them.
Music is all super genrefied and
Oh, which by
You
the
know,
way, that
it's very few.
Odin, you had mentioned that you wanted to see that Weird Al video.
Yes.
Just remember to check out our YouTube. You'll find it over there. It's called Weirder, but that's basically what the entire parody song is about, is what Scott was talking about, is the national cohesion through popular music.
oh
right?
yeah, well, it's a Weird Al is getting on and he's trying to do songs, but he can't keep up because
there's nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, songs are bad and
Well, also because people like Thomas are using AI to make music, and that's
Yeah.
horrifying.
Right. Like I am Weird Al. Made him in an instant.
It's funny because just to see if I could, but I released like 8 albums in the course of 2 days, and just I'm just like absolutely flooding like Spotify and SoundCloud and iTunes with like a bunch of really like I mean just AI generated slop. But today and yesterday I spent a lot of time remaking like NWA out of Compton in like 50s style doo-wop, and then I wanted to like see how extreme we could get, so I did 2 shorts, Cocktails, as another like 50s doo-wop. I did ICP, Dead Bodies, and then one of my favorites is Ghetto Boys, Mind of a Lunatic, which is all about breaking into somebody's house and like forcing your way with them, and then forcing your way with a dead cadaver afterward. Like it's one of the most extreme rap songs ever. It's been noted as like the origination for what's called horrorcore, like the entire genre of like horror music meets rap, and that one
Right.
also as a really very good sounding 50s doo-wop like quartet. So I don't know.
Okay,
it's like my
I
favorite
feel like I
thing
want
ever
to
now.
hear that one. That
I
sounds
remember when there was
disgusting.
an actual artist, not an AI artist, but like an actual. But he used to do that. He would take like Cannibal Corpse songs and turn them into like lounge,
Loud music. Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Can I share a screen? Does it work?
Well,
I can I can just send you a link to it.
Yeah, just send me a link to it. Well, because that's the other thing too. I freaking love your stupid little Bigfoot song. It was so catchy.
It's good. Like you know, what's funny is that now people are remaking it. Like there's actual artists that are replaying it on a guitar and singing it and like putting their own thing on it. So it's weird how that happens.
Okay, so for
That's
these
full circle there.
so for these couple of albums, because I know your thing is you're actually writing the lyrics and doing everything else AI, but for the 2 albums, did you stay with that? You wrote all the lyrics for them, or did you let AI do it all?
The 8 that I did were all instrumental. There are some where the AI glitched out and started just like putting weird lyrics, and I kept them. One of the albums is called MWA Straight Outta Suno. So it's kind of like a nod to the NWA album, but like that one in particular, I didn't like cherry pick or edit. It was just like the first 20 that came out that sounded like they were on theme and submitted that thing immediately online.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I unironically listen to AI music more than real music at this point.
Oh man, as a musician though, I don't know. But it's the same with artwork. I'm like, you know, to an untrained eye, and at a certain point, who's going to give a shit? And then I'm all out of work. You know, all my life of like trying to hone my skills is like pointless.
It's going to be rough. I don't know if you pay attention to any of this, but the latest AI model dropped today, called Stable Diffusion 3. Which is pretty damn advanced, and there's there's some stuff now that I can take things that I'll draw and it can replicate the entire style based on one drawing and apply it to anything else. You obviously don't have the level of controls actually making it yourself now, but to do the style transfer is it's going to be so
any
easy.
Open source AI stuff and like
DIY
absolutely. LLMs and all that.
Yeah.
That's because that's been my main reason why I haven't fucked around with AI stuff, is because I hate the idea of like, well, I'm just improving somebody else's algorithms. Like I don't need to generate like, you know, another Pixar thing. I don't want to do that in this style. But like I've got artists and illustrators that I'm like, ooh, I want to build like a nice
look up a program called LM Studio, by far the best one to run locally. And you can download all kinds of language models off a site called Hugging Face. But if you just get LM Studio, it's all built in. Like it'll show you on the front page all the weird models that you can go for and like the standard ones. And that one. And like if you use ChatGPT, you're in sort of like you're going to the bowling alley and they've got like the bumpers on and like you got to wear a mask and you're like it's like a whole thing. When you use your own LLM locally, it's a completely different landscape.
Oh, that's fantastic. Like I've been wanting to play around with that shit for so long, but again, it's just the way I have it. Actually, my conspiracy with the AI stuff is the public's only ever going to get literally retarded AI models. Like we're never going to get the good stuff unless we build it ourselves.
Well, that dude, like the same thing. All those Hugging Face models, those are the versions where they release where they're kind of like the dumbed down retard models, and then they'll fine tune it. So like they'll take this weird censored LLM, right, and then they'll just feed it like the most horrendous things for months on end and constantly train it. And then at the end of that, now you've got these models that have like they actually have a rating system. So some have like crime scores, meaning like how much does it know about how to manufacture like weird, scary things and substances. That's the crime score. And there's like lewdness scores, there's racism scores, and like how much it sounds like a 4chan thread. Like these are legitimate metrics that the world is now using to determine how like unlocked or jailbroken a certain LLM is.
Oh my god. That's pretty cool. That just fucking our future is going to be so goddamn weird.
Do you think that at a certain point though it's only imitating itself, and so
absolutely
not really generating any originality? So you still need original content to like feed it.
Kind of, but out of the people that you know on the planet, right? so many people just want to listen to their same favorite album until they die. Like even if like people that go to a concert is a good example for me at least. It's like you go and see your favorite artist and they've been working on music for and it's like play Freebird or it's like, play Smells Like Teen Spirit and it's like people latch on to the songs that they remember. So it takes new ingenuity and innovation to like make new things, but as a whole, people are pretty satisfied with just watching Friends reruns until they're dead. So, I mean, if you give them the option to watch a Friends rerun and they can just click this button and it like jostles it up and it generates a new Friends episode that they haven't seen before, but it's the same formula and the same everything. It's just like now they got to go. Oh, now they got a lizard. Now they got a chameleon. Like, I think a lot of people will just sit there and watch that infinitely.
There are people that I think could fall into that category, but I think a lot of the people who made that connection and the reason why they want to watch it over and over again is because they connected with it when they were young. And
it's Disney's like weaponized nostalgia, but it's like
everybody is right now, but yeah.
Hence Flip City.
Like everything we're doing, we're just aping what we liked, our whole lives. And trying to put our spin on it, which isn't that different than AI. But I don't know. I'm a bit skeptical in a lot of ways, but I also am a bit wary of the reality of it too. Because I'm like, again, when I'm thinking of like things that I've pretty much worked, I'm 45 and worked my whole life like honing skills to just go, obsolete. I'm like, well,
yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it does suck. And everybody who patronizes it sucks too. So
this is ironic and it's almost counterintuitive, but a lot of the image models, they actually got leaps and bounds better by training themselves exclusively on their own output as opposed to consuming new input. Like it actually improved their quality quite a bit, which is counterintuitive, weird, and a little bbit scary.
Yeah, that's the scary part too, is beyond just what we think it's capable.
Well, but I really confidently believe that, and this is, I think we were talking about this to Kitty the other night, but that really all AI is doing is showing us at how low resolution our input senses are, and also like how low the bar is to convince and fascinate humans. Like it's not, I don't even think AI needs to try that hard, and people are like, wow, those look like real boobs, wow, that sounds like a real song. And it's like it only has to manufacture frequencies between what, like 5,000 and like 15,000 hertz, and it's not that difficult for these models that are essentially going to be folding proteins soon to just like, wow, those boobs look real. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't take that much, but that's all it takes for the human to be impressed with it and be like, oh my god, this is my new god.
Well, maybe that's the scariest thing of all, is like how easily we're swayed.
Don't worry, Odin. If you let Thomas talk for too long, he will get way more scary.
Oh, I don't doubt that. Well, my biggest thing
is real
like,
quiek in 1 hour last night.
I don't worry about myself. I worry about my children and their children.
Right.
Like myself, even if I become obsolete with this stuff, it's like whatever. But the ramifications that we really can't even understand or grasp. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know.
I think
I like organic things. I just do. But
I think that's going to be
fossil.
part of it. People are just going to like organic things. There is some.
Have fun with the microplastics, though. It's not organic, right? You open up that watermelon, that organic watermelon, you're finding microplastics.
No, and I get that as well. Like there is an illusion to that, but like I can't remember which writer. I remember David Bowie talking about it, but the idea of touching wood, like touching a piece of wood,
touch grass,
like, just being able to touch it would be like a novel. You're like, whoa, that's natural. That's a real thing. I'm able to touch it. And part of that makes me think that there'll always be a remnant of people who will appreciate certain things and be able to tell the difference. But, enough generations go by, that's going to totally change. But who knows what evolves after that point anyway. So,
I think it'll be kind of fascinating because the way I see it is the important thing that travels throughout time is kind of like ideas, right? It's like specific philosophies and ideas. Those are things that kind of repeat and go down through history
Right.
and all that. And like, this is a very, very cool moment in time where you can take this tool, right, that's just developing, that's gonna have like some kind of amazing like phase shift change in like our reality, just because it'll be like the internet or internal combustion or something like that on that same level. But people are gonna have the access to that tool, and they're going to be able to use that tool to craft stories and ideas and vehicles for these ideas to continue and to keep going forward. Hopefully it doesn't just turn into fucking everybody's just always watching mass media and that's it. But
Well, there's always a new innovation too, right? Like in whatever generation they were like, we're not going to be able to sustain all these horses. There's going to be too much manure, and we're going to be up to our knees in manure because everyone's utilizing horses way too much and breeding them too much. And then, again, internal combustion engine, automobiles are invented. Next thing you know, nobody is worried about the horses and the manure from horses. Then we go, oh, we got to worry about carbon emissions and all this other shit. It's like there's always a new innovation that just changes whatever our big worry is at the moment. So who knows what's coming down the pipes.
But, like ideas like liberty and freedom and all that kind of stuff. And it's just like those ideas are going to be carried forward with these AI tools because,
for sure.
All the big public AI has been retarded. Like they're not going to let you question AI and have it come up with like an honest answer. Like here are your boundaries, algorithm. You're not allowed to go out that because that's bad, or that's wrong thing or something like that. But the algorithms that are local that people are going to train on their own data sets that are unfettered, that's where you're going to get like these new and creative ideas and stories that will carry these ideas. Hopefully it's stuff like freedom and liberty and thinking for yourself and not just being another kind of.
It's actually all just like erotic fiction at this point.
Disappointing, but not surprising.
And I think it's going to be the opposite of everyone jumping on to like mass media created by AI. I think it's going to be completely fractured. There's a not a great documentary, but it's called The Brat Pack, and they kind of trace back like the original stars of the 80s that were in all of like those Brat Pack style movies, Breakfast Club and whatnot. And they talked to Malcolm Gladwell, the guy that does like the Tipping Point and 10,000 Hour thing, but he makes a really good kind of case in this one where it's like if in the 80s and you mention the Breakfast Club or Pretty in Pink or 16 Candles or anything, and you just randomly grabbed 100 teenagers from various high schools throughout the country, like 90% of them pulling numbers out of nowhere, but they would either have seen it or have heard enough about it to converse about these particular movies, which indicated there was like this shared culture that everyone had a little bit in common. They could all identify with like certain key milestones in the culture because everything was a little bit homogenized, right? And everything was like mass media. But now with the AI thing, what I think is going to happen is that you're like, hey, did anyone see, Breakfast Club, or the remake of Breakfast Club, 2050 edition? And everyone's seen it, but every single person has seen their own version of it where they cast their actors and they decided it was going to be a horror or comedy and all this. So now it's like, even if it's all mass produced or it's all AI generated, it is so freaking like custom tailored to each person that now you no longer get to discuss the same movie because nobody has ever seen the same movie. You've all seen like your version of everything.
Yeah.
That would ruin it though. Like because for the reason of when it becomes so isolated to your tastes, like your tastes are so inputted and affected by your peers and what they like. Now it could be like a role-playing game where you're like, I set it off and I made it do this, and you're just talking about the different outcomes. You're like, yeah, in my version it did this, and then your version it did that.
Or it's just like, oh, your favorite musician happens to be Led Zeppelin, and mine's Kanye West, and theirs is Dolly Parton, whatever. And now just that little tiny like butterfly flapping its wings in a chaos style. It's like,
Right.
okay, well, since the movie score is going to be Kanye West, then I'm going to cast this like the AI might just decide to do a lot of this stuff on its own and
Well,
custom
yeah.
tailor it, not in like ways where you're making decisions, but it's just like, oh, I know what you're going to like and I know who you would want to have in this role based on every other movie and every other thing that's in your playlist and your star ratings and all that crap. I don't know if it's be a net negative entirely, because some of
Oh,
that water cooler
conversations will
talk
get
is
very,
like,
very meta, because then there'll just be discussions about the structure of the story or something. It's just like, oh, okay, yeah, character A was this for you, but like for me, it was that. You know? But like the hero's journey is not going away. That's always going to be there.
but what could happen out of that is that now all of a sudden, like let's say that they put out a traditional movie through Hollywood and the distribution network and just everything how it normally acts, but then once it gets into the hands of the consumers, there could almost be like a global or a national consensus on like, no, this movie should have starred this person, and that punchline should have went this way, and that guy should have died in Act 3 and not Act 2, and like those versions can actually start to happen, and almost like a shitty Reddit thread, right? But like everyone upvotes like the best version of that movie.
Well, it could be.
I
I can imagine it being almost like the early days of like Napster, where you have like these, text prompt files, right? And then there'll be certain prompt files that are like illegal because they portray certain historical characters or certain situations in a way that's illegal, literally illegal in a country like, I don't know, Germany, for instance, right? Where you're not allowed to use a certain symbol for whatever. But like in another country, it's like, oh, it's a religious thing.
Well, dude, the Napster reference is actually a really great one, because another thing that happened with those early Napster is you would get like these weird remixes that had like 5 different artists that would never come out officially because they weren't on the same labels, and there would have been like beef and like weird copyright issues, and now all of a sudden those become these like really popular things only because now the consumers get to put their favorite stuff and they all kind of vote on that. And
Yeah,
I see that that's the positive side.
Yeah, and like that's going to create like this amazingly like weird kind of underground like internet culture thing. Because I remember, when torrents were a big thing, and it was just fucking cool as shit to get into that.
Right.
And, play around.
Man, bootleg VHS. I'm older.
Yeah. But I mean, that's like, imagine that. Like, if you literally have a push button program, you're like, I want to see another Disney movie. You push a button, but you're like, oh, but wait, I'm going to put in the forbidden prompt file, and then like we'll see what it puts out, outputs or something like that. Or
yeah. My only concern is that the tastes of what we like are going to be so affected that a lot of these things that we find to be like, like you said, the 3-act structure or the hero's journey or whatever, might just go away because you're getting fed like a fake so many times that the fake becomes the standard. And I just see it evolving and potentially, this is just devil's advocate, potentially into a direction where those things that have been tried and true become less prevalent.
I think that'll be interesting though. Like, imagine like, it's hard to imagine like a hero's journey that doesn't follow the hero's journey, but maybe, with the AIs, they'll come out with something like that. Like somebody's just like, go fucking wild, AI local version. Like, let's see what you output. And it could be something completely unexpected. It's just like, what?
Yeah, well, it's certainly going to do that, but whether people's tastes will be like suited or, like move in that direction to where they're like, yes, this is what we actually want.
I'm a fan of comparing it to like practical examples that we do have now as opposed to theoreticals, right? So let's look at the Star Wars franchise and how that evolved without any AI influence in it. Do you think AI in a world where everything is equal and uncensored, the AI could have written a better like outcome for Star Wars? Or if we took a Game of Thrones, right? Do you think AI
Absolutely.
could have written a better final season than the human beings that were responsible for the final season?
That's definitely true. Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So if that's true, then what else could be true?
Yeah. No, I'm saying like further down the line when things start getting spoiled for us. But yeah, it's totally true. Like when you use those examples, yeah.
Yeah, I only say Game of Thrones because I was very invested in that, and Star Wars I don't care that much about.
I do have an interesting
We're
black
canceled.
pill observation. I don't know if I mentioned this one to you, Kitty, but like World War II arguably was started by Funny Mustache Man because he was denied some sort of validation through him wanting to be creative and do artwork. Like one of the premises is like, what if that teacher had been more supportive? What if he had gotten an A in art class? Like that could have changed the entire world.
Right.
And that it almost in the anti-AI world of artists, there's definitely a very strict, authoritarian, very forceful way of going about it. And all I can imagine is that AI could be creating like an entire generation of funny mustache men, like people scorned from the art industry because AI has kind of taken it over or pushed them out. And that could put us in like one of the most dangerous situations in history, right? Like
my mustache is very not funny, by the way.
Wait, which one? Oh no, if that was Odin, he has a fabulous mustache. Never shave it.
No, I've got to shave it here soon. I'm tired of it.
Yeah, you guys know how the skinny jeans and curly mustache became like the hipster thing. It's like way overplayed.
Yeah, like on Portlandia or something.
Oh well, yeah, absolutely. But I basically dated the guy way back in the day that made that cool.
I think the
curly
new
mustache.
hipster wave is going to be different. I've been getting Jinko ads on all my social media
Uh-oh.
lately. Is it just me?
shit.
It's coming back.
Oh,
I've
the
been getting
90s.
nonstop Jinko ads. Yeah.
I
You
have
don't
no
remember
idea
Jenko?
what that is.
No.
No, I think you guys are a little younger than us.
I'm 41.
Yeah, well, he's over 50 and I'm pushing it.
30.
Holy
Okay,
shit.
well, I'm
no.
45. I know what Jenko jeans are, but they were kind of like the kids below me. So like when I was a senior
I
age,
get that.
they were like
I was
freshmen.
peak Jinko.
Okay,
like
yeah,
I was
41. Yeah, that
I was the
makes sense.
demographic.
That is lost on me.
Yeah, I know.
Jinko.
I'm like,
It's the
you
big
kids,
pants.
you
The
whippersnappers.
big pants.
Okay.
Like you could put like umbrellas in your pot, like 5 or 6 umbrellas in each pocket.
You could
and no
have
one would even
homeless
know.
people living in your pants.
Yeah.
And no one would know.
Yeah. I know
Okay.
people that put
Like
entire
the butter.
skateboards in their pockets. Like not even
Oh, yeah.
kidding.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah, it was
my
insanity.
Gen Z daughter maybe got close to those pants once. Oh my God. You know what's been a terrible, terrible trend, and I'm sure it's over now, but the girls started wearing mom pants again. They're like super high waisted. I think that
I
lasted
have
for
daughters,
maybe
and
a
I was
decade.
fine with it.
Yeah.
I was so happy to see those come back. I hated them in high school, but
Okay, cool. Well, everybody shut the hell up.
3 seconds.
I think probably
I've gotta
that
go to
is
bed.
a good sign that we should close out the stream and release my wonderful and lovely producer, Cosmic Grandpa. Thank you so much. And also, I know we've all kind of plugged throughout the night, but before we leave,
Wrap
why
it
don't we
up,
start
yeah.
with Odin? Where should people find you? What do you want people to do?
yeah, so I gave a really shitty one at the beginning of the show. But you can check out Kill Them Dead, which I'm drawing right now. You can sign up on Kickstarter, Kill Them Dead, or kickstarter.com/Kill Them Dead. And sign up for that. We will launch that here before the end of the year, I believe. But it's going to be a wild ride. It's like I said, blacklight art, 160 pages plus a double album of power metal, which I'm actually singing on, by the way, and it's really good shit.
So can I read it in the dark?
You could read it in
Oh,
the black light.
All right.
Well,
got
in the
you.
dark, it still wouldn't
It's
work.
not glow in the dark. Okay.
And that's the thing too. Like I've never thought of black light art going with death metal, power metal.
Why
Power
not?
metal.
Power.
Like Iron
They
Man.
Why
are
not,
different
Christy?
things. Because I always just think like take mushrooms, but I'm definitely not
Mm.
going to listen to power metal. Is that a thing?
Oh, well, it is
What?
now. I'm not a hippie, but I
Oh,
am a
I'm a
metalhead.
total
But I also
hippie.
we had blacklight posters. We were like, I don't know. I think blacklight's cool as shit. So
Yeah.
it just became like an aesthetic that's kind of fit the book, the wildness of it. And the story is nonstop. Like the way James and I are writing this, just like we're writing Horror House, but Horror House is comedy, and this is just insanity. But we're trying to one up each other with the action. So basically, like he'll write how somebody dies, and I'll write the next death, and I'll have to one up him. Like, oh, so they rip the head off, turn it into a bowling ball, and knock over a few other. It's like we're just constantly one upping each other. So it's just this pace of this story is insane, and to keep it up, like I said, for 80 pages, and then having to draw it, which originally I wasn't going to draw it. We were hiring somebody, and he fell through. Like we were talking about artists leaving on things. But I was like writing it, going like, "Oh, I'm so glad I don't have to fucking draw this." Lo and behold, now I'm drawing it. But yeah, it's just wildness. If you like intensity, like the music's intense, but also epic. It's got a full scale of emotion and but a lot of intensity. And we thought the black light just really helped it, aided that intensity. So yeah, you can sign up for that on Kickstarter. That's gonna launch soon.
And yeah, for anybody that's watching this a year from now, or even 2 years from now, your website is brokencompasscomics.com, right?
Yes. We're in the process of changing that to entertainment, but right now, brokencompasscomics.com.
Oh, and also shout out to James for fixing your website because it was horrific before.
Oh, I know. Yeah. He did update it. It's still going through a lot of updates, but it's much better now. At least it doesn't hurt your eyes. It was a lot of that was when we were launching Kill Them Dead, and it was like black light. So he put in like all these fluorescent colors. I'm like, dude, this is ugly as shit. Like, you gotta change that.
Yeah.
But he did. So, but that said, we also have Magnificent Bastards, which is on Fund My Comic right now, which is James's book, which he is one of the funniest writers, one of the funniest people I know, and that book is a wild ride as well. Fully hilarious. And then Unconditional Shove Volume 1's on Fund My Comic as well in reprints, which I just got all my copies. So those will go out the instant you order it. I'll be shipping it out. So fundmycomic.com, Unconditional Shove, and Magnificent Bastards for those. And those are the things that are most that are available right now. We also have plenty of other shit coming up, but I don't want to sit here taking the whole time, so we'll move it on.
Well, I just have to say, I really love that you guys found each other and, have your own kind of bromance going on. It's quite obvious you guys are good friends and everything, but I like that you are kind of shoulder to shouldering with other artists and collaborating and doing it and and have your own website and pushing each other's stuff and everything. And I am happy to push your stuff as well because it's really good.
Well, thank you, Christy. Appreciate that very much.
And I thank you for coming and tolerating us for so many hours.
Oh, it was my pleasure. It was great.
All right. So Yuli, who I still do not know your real name. But Ulysses XYZ, you don't have to tell me because we're live. You can tell me backstage.
Yeah, I got all my work basically on Telegram and my website at this point. So website is uly.xyz, and I'm on Telegram at uly.xyz. So you can find me there. And I do post more daily on Telegram. And but I will been working on a book recently where I've done kind of like wood engraving portraits of like libertarian writers. So I've got so I picked 10, and then I basically done up a set of portraits for them, and I'll be releasing that soon. So that's the big thing that I've got coming down the road. And of course, I'm really happy that like Radical Radish, that's going to be a thing. So I'm really happy about that. That's going to be exciting. And you can see that in the next edition of Flip City. So I
Yes,
like
you
that.
can. Yes, you
Sweet.
can.
Yeah.
Everybody start something.
Yeah, it's a comic with an actual message.
Well, of some sort. Hopefully, somebody will find the combination of like extremist garden vegetables interesting. So,
Yes.
Like Veggie Tales.
yes,
You know, that
Well,
is what I thought when you submitted it at first. I'm like, okay, this is a libertarian anarchist style VeggieTales.
yeah,
Which isn't the worst
exactly.
thing.
Yes, it's Veggie Tales, but with more dynamite recipes.
The Veggie Tales cookbook.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and I'll take that opportunity to plug, just kind of on top of your thing is Flip City Volume 21 will include Radical Radish.
Yeah.
The first thing that we're publishing from Ulysses XYZ, which you can find at Uli XYZ. No, I'm sorry, Uli.xyz online. And we're looking forward to what you're going to do with your series and just
Yeah.
keep publishing your little comic in
Yeah,
Flip City.
it's fun.
It's funny. And
We like
cute.
it.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah, I'm
Thomas.
excited.
I'll close this out. Yep. If you like conspiracy theories or occult research or just weird extremist content, paranoidamerican.com. I've been doing it since 2012. I guess my big series, the one that gets me the most attention so far is at mkultracomic.com. It's basically a little chick track that explains the entire breakdown of the MK Ultra mind control program from the CIA from its inception all the way to modern day. I've got a whole bunch of those little pamphlets coming out. Another one's called the Homunculus Owner's Manual. If you don't know what a homunculus is, it's like a little miniature creature that alchemists would create when they were off by themselves out of weird processes. But I've got an entire booklet that tells you exactly how to make one. I mentioned some of the toy sets that I've got online. I've got a wet market play set. I've got a super predator play set, which is actually a shape-shifting reptilian Hillary Clinton with a decapitated head and a little bottle of adrenochrome. It lights up.
Wow.
I've got a death
I
by
gotta see
cop
this.
play set that has two cops beating a minority and he's bleeding out on the ground and it's got flashing lights and everything. Like they're horrible ideas that people have told me not to put out, and they're usually my
But I'm
contrarian
laughing.
nature's like,
Yeah.
not only am I going to
That's
put
the
it
best.
out, but it's going to have like flashing lights and sound effects, and so all these things are
Nice.
real. My next big project that I'm just waiting to deliver my last two campaigns. As soon as I get them out the door, Kickstarter will let me start my next one at nasacomic.com, and that's the one about Stanley Kubrick directing the moon landings. And I've decided now every campaign I do, I'm trying to offer like one new thing that I've always wanted to do. So the nasacomic.com campaign is going to have a little parody Apollo patch, but it's instead of the little eagle from Apollo 11 patch, it'll have Stanley Kubrick on the moon filming astronauts with like his little camera and stuff. So those are like my big goals, is to just keep expanding into more and more mediums and formats. And for the record, all my comics so far are like 100% human produced. You know, I've got like the little anti-GMO stamp on it, like no AI involved. I like the AI right now is like music and video solely, just because it's not competent yet. So pretty soon we'll just go all 100% AI. I'm all for not just firing, but killing all artists. Just to make the record
in a blood
clear.
ritual.
In a blood ritual. Musicians too, everyone's going.
Good. I'm glad you're the hand of the AI.
Saves a lot of money.
Well, I couldn't think of a more perfect person. Yeah. Thomas is a little robotic himself.
Is it the Disney
Oh.
part, the military part, the Freemason part? Like which part is the most nefarious? Or is it just
No,
the,
it's all of it. I mean,
the perfect storm?
Who
The
has
killing
all of
artists
that
and
wrapped
musicians
in
part.
one like furry package? Hey, Batman, you still there, honey?
Take a little exception.
You're one of the good ones.
Oh, so says AI. You're okay.
Yeah, I don't know if Batman checked out like hours
He
ago.
might have.
I think he
Okay.
did. I hadn't heard him say his peep for since the reading. So
Yeah, but
Awesome.
I will plug he and our wonderful producers show that they do weekly on Sundays at I think it's 5 PST.
7 Eastern, 4 Pacific.
Yeah.
That is the Three Beer Man, and you can find them on streaming on pilled.net and cause just plug it.
Pilled, we're on Pilled, Rumble, Twitch, D Live, and Odyssey.
And yes.
We're just we're a relaxed show. We don't talk about politics. We don't talk exclusively about beer. We talk about all kinds of subjects. So it's just a fun, lightweight show. Technology, pop culture, and beer.
Yeah, and often enough, and I think it's maybe when I pop in, but it seems like you guys like to play a lot of Dr. Demento style parody music. Is that kind of a regular thing?
As well. We enjoy our parodies, and we enjoy our humor quite a bit. And I'm Dr. Demento's #1 fan. I have been since 1975.
There's my shirt.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
my
look.
shirt right there.
He's got Dr.
Nice.
Demento's shirt on right now.
Excellent.
Because that's just what a giant nerd you are.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And then of course, flipcitymag.com. Anybody that has stuck with us all night long, freaking thank you. Last time I checked YouTube, 10 people were watching, and that's kind of
Wow.
big for me. And now I see the value of doing these long marathon streams is that people will turn it on and then fall asleep, but you still get those view hours. So,
You
you
get
hit that
people-
monetization for them
you
to
get
take it
people
all
in other
away.
time zones that are like waking up and they're like, "Who's live?" And then all of a sudden they stumble in, and you're like, "Shit, I got to keep going because I got new viewers." And next thing you know, you're just streaming for 24 hours. But
Is that what it is? Which, by the way, Odin, I totally want to because I did find your channel. You never gave me a link to it, but I found it. And I'm
Oh.
like, oh yeah, they really don't stream very often. But your guys' ideas of doing, different wacky things. I'm like, oh, I so want to be involved in that. I don't care if nobody's watching. I just want to hang out with Odin and James because you guys are so funny and fun.
well, when we start up Saturday Night Leaped again, which James just started a new job and he's worried about, and I get it. I don't say where I work for the very reasons of like what I do online, but he's worried about that. So we kind of took a hiatus, but when we come back, we're definitely going to invite you and have a great time. So
Yay.
All right.
Yeah, and Yuli seemed to have disappeared. And
Yeah,
that's the other thing.
okay.
I would say paper craft a mask and still go live no matter what, right?
yeah, well, it's a little late for that. I use my full name. I'm like, I'm just out there. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. I'm going to look you up and stalk you now.
Well,
You wouldn't
Not
be the
really.
first. Just
Uh,
saying.
yeah, it seems like a waste of time. But all right,
All
cool.
right.
Well, I think we are wrapping it up. Thank you for everybody that hung out
Yeah.
tonight. Check out flipcitymag.com because out of everybody on our panel, we are actually doing the best stuff. Sorry, guys.
Wow.
No, I just
But
had
it's
to
true.
say that.
Just kidding.
I just had,
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
kidding.
get
But
at it.
well, no, that is what I love about the indie scene because everybody is like plugging their stuff like it is the best stuff, and
Yeah.
I'm totally fine with it. If I'm on somebody else's stream and they're saying theirs is better than mine, I'll just sit there and take it up the ass, right?
Just take it.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a Masonic lodge in your town. I guarantee it. So just.
I know
put 'em up
exactly
there.
where it is.
Oh yeah.
Well, and they know
Yeah,
exactly where you
we
are.
know
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
They know where we are.
Well, always.
Wait.
Always.
Okay.
All right.
Night,
Thanks. It's cool to meet you all.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, cool to meet you guys.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Take care. Have a
Bye,
great night.
stream.
Bye.
Dear comrades, this is Anti-Fascist here, and I have some important information for you. I was in my brother's room, and he's been gaming lately, and they've got to him. I found this under his bed. Look at this heteronormative family patriarchy bullshit that I found. It's attached to this disgusting magazine called Flip City. I looked through this and you would not believe what is in here, trying to sell their trash subscriptions for $50. Who's going to want to buy that for $50? You know, it's not even worth using to wipe my ass with if I did wipe my ass. This is just disgusting, heteronormative, KKK, Nazi bullshit. When we look inside, look what they're doing. They're using cartoons to propagandize to kids. These are our children to educate, not theirs. They're trying to turn them over to the side of absolute racism and homophobia. Let's just look at some of this in here. This is the only thing that's okay, but that's only because I take a bite out of that Zimzer. Look at that. That is some hot stuff. But I don't think they mean it in a complimentary way. Flip City is a trash rag, not worth for me to piss on. We can't allow trash like this to be spread around on YouTube. I mean, just look at this. These people think they're all high and mighty on their horses, thinking that we can just laugh at the state of the world. We've got a planet that's dying, and then, look, they put this guy Jay Dyer in here. This Jay Dyer is an Orthodox Christian. Who does he think he is? In this article, he's talking about how everybody has a religion. Who does this guy think he is, telling me I have religion? Screw him. Screw this Jay Dyer. Gosh. We need to shut this down and shut it down now. And we need to do something about it. So, I've got VagChan working on shutting it down right now. Also, celebrating Christmas. Can you believe that? Some magical fairy guy in the sky? They